salute everybody.
Yeah, I got the donations, bro.
Oh, you got him? Okay, I got you. I trust you.
You're upset.
Can you? Is there?
Are we live, dude?
Are we live? That's a great question.
Got beautiful music in the back.
Hello, everyone. It's Dylan from Yugioh Everything, and welcome back to another episode of Talkin' Yu-Gi-Oh! 7's Up, episode 27, Tears for Dragears. Definitely a strange episode. 7's has had a couple of weird episodes, as we know. This was a trippy one. This was a Rook focus episode, maybe the most focus episode that we've ever had in regards to a certain character, in regards to any character. And we are going to break that down. We have a loaded stream for you guys because this is the first episode of the new arc, which is titled Goha 6th Elementary Arc. So that is the name of the arc. Obviously, obviously, Yugioh and company go to Goha 7th, Goha 6th, probably a rival school. We know a tournament is coming up. We have the summaries for 28, 29, and 30. We're going to be making predictions on Romin versus Sushiko and give our thoughts on 29 and 30 as well. So we have a lot going on here. And I am joined by the best team in the world, Nick T, Pete, and making his return after a very long absence, Nick Caliber. How you doing, man?
Hey, how you going? How's it going? I am so freaking happy to be back. Not just out of my house, but, you know, here with my friends. I literally haven't seen you guys in a month.
I know.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
And, like, it's not even like, yeah, you know, I was busy doing all this crazy stuff. No, I was sitting in my damn house.
Yeah.
I'm so happy to be back.
Well, we're happy to have you.
Yes.
Obviously, we still are missing our 5th member, Kate. Kate was unable to make it tonight. We hope she's having a good night, and hopefully she will make her return very soon.
Yes.
But it is the 4 boys tonight. It is a boys stream.
This is the original crew.
This is the original crew. You're absolutely right. So I'm excited to talk 7s with all of you guys out there and all of these lovely people. And we're going to kind of just get right to it because there is a lot to go over.
Yeah.
You know, we're on the eve of an Asana Rokuyo debut,
Giggity.
which a lot of people are very excited about. And we have 3 summaries that we got to cover, as well as this episode. It's a loaded stream. And I do want to start by starting the way that I start every live stream, by thanking you guys who donated in the last Talking Yu-Gi-Oh!, which was the season finale. We had Entame Subs on. She was amazing. One of my favorite guests that we've had on.
She was great.
She was incredible.
awesome.
And she might be joining us for the finale of the next season.
Yes,
Hopefully
I hope
when
so.
things are normal.
Hopefully when things are more normal.
Yeah.
So Entame will be on a few more times,
Hopefully
but
I
she
can
was
be here.
she was great. Yeah.
You better be.
She was awesome.
Yeah.
So
Hopefully you get to meet her.
last week's stream was great. So thank you to everyone who donated, made that special. XZ's Lover 104, Electric Kevin, Alex Verme, Mr. Goha, Dylan the Curly, Jack Knight 21, Legendary Duels, That Man 666, X Slayer 64, Nicholas Horton, Kate Barney, Stardust Nobody, Goose, Church of Flapple, D Momo, Twist, 10th Emperor, and Pegasus Seiya, and 15, who not only donated, but then became a Platinum tier patron right when the stream ended.
Insane.
Thank you for the support on Patreon. I am looking forward to sending you some mail. That is one of the perks for being a Platinum tier patron. So thank you so much, 15. Where do we start with episode 27, the first season of Goha 6th Elementary Arc?
I don't know, Joe. Why don't you tell us?
I guess I'll start it off. It kind of came to me, something that I kind of overlooked when I did my review. And if you do want my solo thoughts, my review was posted a couple days ago on the channel, as well as my thoughts on the summaries that we got for 29 and 30 and 28 as well. How did episode 26 end? Episode 26 ended with the new threat. We had a girl on top of an Escalade, and we had a guy entertainer on the left, and we had a bigger, maybe the muscles guy on the bottom right. And what was the one line of dialogue that we got from Asana Rokuyo? We will surely and utterly crush Rush Duels. Episode 27 comes along,
Yes.
and we get a great scene of Goha Corporation.
Yes, we do.
Where we have Top of Hexagon saying, you got to fire Neil. Neil's a traitor. Neil sucks. Yada, yada. They're all bitter that they got smoked by him.
Oh, of course.
And then Neil walks in, smug as ever, saying, I'm not saying I agree with these illegally installed Rush Duels, but I've been able to see the light. I understand the potential that these Rush Duels have. And Mr. Goha laughs and speaks. And everyone is stunned that he spoke. It's not like he said anything shocking. He said, "You're naive, Neil," which everyone at the table would agree with, but they were all stunned. Not because he said something shocking, but because he actually spoke words. And what is the last line that Mr. Goha says? Rush duels have reached a point where they are our enemy. Shouldn't you all be utterly crushing rush duels?
Yes.
The same verbiage, the same wordage that Asana Rokuyo used verbatim at the end of episode 26.
Yes. Yes.
And so if we're kind of wondering where does Asana and the motivation to destroy Rush Duel fit in to this next upcoming arc, that might be your answer right there. Roku means 6. Obviously, her last name is Rokuyo. It's the Goha 6th elementary school arc, so I imagine she's probably part of the 6th elementary school. But the fact that she used the same wording as Mr. Goha, sure, episodes apart, but end of 26, beginning of 27.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
In continuous context, very close together on the show's timeline. That tells me that there is definitely a deep connection here between Mr. Goha and Asana Rokuyo. Same exact sentence structure. And for a show that has been so particular with Romin Tan, with this, creepy AI watching you in a ramen restaurant, which turned out to be Neil, and of course Romin Tan, a first sign that Kaizo, something happened to him. I don't think that's a coincidence. And I think there's your kind of preview as to who Asana will be working maybe directly under.
Absolutely. I mean, you hit the nail on the head right there, I think.
Thank you. So that was just my opening monologue. Sometimes I have them, sometimes I don't. It really depends on if I kind of forgot to mention something or thought of it after I do my review. I want to go down the table and get your guys' reactions to episode 27. Nick T, your thoughts on what was an interesting episode.
See, I don't even know where to begin. I don't know what to say. It took me moments. Like when I first watched the episode, I was like, I really have no idea what I watched.
Yeah.
From the moment where he's just like going back and forth on the table, and then he's like also like playing sports with the other kids, and then he's in the dream or whatever it was. I still have no idea what I watched, but I loved it.
Okay.
I thought it was great.
Even if you don't understand something, it doesn't mean that you disliked it.
Right. And I think people do have a tendency towards that, but I don't. I love that I didn't understand it.
And you know what and there's a lot of it that went over my head, and we're going to have a lot of good discussions on what the hell happened in that episode. But what I love more than probably anything else is this did not feel like a filler episode. This was not a filler weird episode that all right, they're probably never going to come back to it.
It felt significant.
It did feel significant. And I don't know what that significance is.
Yeah.
But just like Roman's kitchen to start off the maximum arc ended up being pretty significant down the road. I think this episode is going to have a lot of significance in hindsight. What that significance is, I have no idea.
Right. Because so far, I feel like very, very little of what we've gotten in this show has been throwaway.
Yeah.
And there's moments throughout this episode where I'm like, what was that? I mean, that has to mean something. Like, specifically, the very specific, two specific moments when he's on the field and that little glow of red, and he's like, what was that? And then it just moves on. It literally just moves on.
When was that?
It was on he, you know how he drew Dragears on the field?
Yeah.
He kind of looks towards its tail almost.
And it's like
and you see like a little red sparkle.
And then
it just disappears.
And then they cut away. And then they just cut away.
Did you catch that, Pete? Do you know what they're talking about? Because I completely missed that.
No, I don't think I've seen that.
Yeah,
either.
Right when he uses the line drawer to draw the.
He's yelling on the
like
field.
everybody come out.
I know the scene you're talking about.
Yeah, a glow of red.
After everyone says their bit, like all the people that are looking at him, it goes back to him on the field, right? Before the scenes transition to him, I don't even remember what he does next. But I think he plays the sports right after that. And it's him standing there on the field, and he looks this way, red sparkle on like the tail of Dragears, and then the scene changes.
And but not even just the scene changes. It cuts to him with his head on the table. I'm almost positive that's when his head is on the table the first time.
And then the next scene he goes and plays the sports.
Right.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. I know the point in the episode you're talking
I feel like
about.
almost like as if like I don't know. It just flashes to him.
I gotta
in and out of like visions.
Exactly.
I gotta rewatch that.
It was very, very bizarre.
Yeah, something's going on with Rook.
Yes,
I don't know exactly what you're talking about, but
right. And then on top of that, with like him just like entering this dream state, and then The fact like, oh, he fell asleep, but then there's a glow when they open the door.
That's-
a blinding light.
And so Nick T just got here. That is exactly what I said to Pete and Calibro off camera, and I said it in my review. That to me convinces me that Rook was teleported to another world.
Yes. And I think what Caliber and I noticed plays directly in. There's something supernatural going on here, which we haven't yet seen in the show. And I'm very excited
I would
for it.
say there's more intrigue and mystery surrounding Rook, way more than Yuga or any other character in the show.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that doesn't necessarily mean he's a better character than Yuga.
But just
No.
some mystery right now.
But there definitely is a lot of mystery. Yeah.
I'm
which is-
excited.
Yeah. And again, this is the first episode of an arc. It's significant. It's not in the middle.
Yeah.
It's not interrupting a main story. It feels like this episode was really supposed to mean something.
Yes.
What did you think of the episode?
So to go along with with
And
Nick
Nick T's
T,
pulling up that
if you want,
moment.
if you want me to wait, if you want to pull it up first.
Yeah,
at
it
least for
sucks
Dylan,
that we
at least for
can't-
Dylan to look at.
Yeah,
it.
hold on.
We can't show you because of
Right here.
copyright. Oh
You
yeah.
see that, right?
He
Yeah.
looks-
And then like, wait, look, he's like,
Oh yeah. He's
Oh,
right
then it
yeah.
cuts that
Oh,
scene.
that's where it goes.
Yeah,
okay.
I completely missed that. Yeah.
Interesting.
I missed that
Because
completely.
No, I
you
did
even-
too.
You even said, "Wow, that was a good transition."
I
when
did.
That transition.
Yeah, because
happened.
I like the way it like plops
falls
him back
on- yeah,
down on the
but
throne.
this right there.
Yeah.
It's
So
almost gave me like an eerie feeling.
so
What the
subtle.
hell was that?
Rook does the drawing of Dragears. He's making his pitch to everyone. And then right before it transitions to the scene where he's back sitting on his throne, there's definitely a
red
red spark on
Yeah.
Dragears that Rook
And he
notices.
yeah.
And he doesn't know what it is. And then that's weird.
And I think
Yeah.
we've almost never gotten a transition like that. It was so fluid that I think it has to mean something. Like he notices it, questions it, and then falls right into his seat between scenes.
I feel like the show does everything on purpose.
I completely agree.
And so that will probably come back
Yeah.
in some way.
Yeah.
I
What did you guys
agree.
think
of
the episode?
I liked the episode. Along with Nick T, I was pretty confused somewhat by just like you said, like what's really going on here, because there's a lot of it's not straightforward. So like a lot of things are happening. At first you're like, okay, this kid's literally just sitting in a room playing a game and just like imagining that it's a lot cooler than it is when he's playing himself in a duel.
Right.
And you almost think that it's because he took to heart what those other kids said, like, yeah, we play a team game, and like since his friends said we don't want to join your club and he's all by himself, that's why he's getting upset and he's crying. I think he's more upset and crying because they don't understand what it's like in rush duels because of how much it means to him. And that whole glowing of light coming out of the window and him like crying on the card and kind of like opening him into this different world. Absolutely no idea whether it's being transported into another world or not. But I think that glow, whether it is that, I think it could also just be like a symbolism for kind of like them joining the club, like them also coming into that light. Like he found the light in that new card. They're finding the light by opening the door and realizing, okay, this will actually be fun.
Right, it can be symbolic and as well as
I think because the
literal.
way the episode ended, it still centered it back around like friendship, like they're all together. Even though they didn't want to be in the club, they come back in and they're like, all right, like let's rush duel. And he like they don't even like they don't care about anything else. He's like, oh, let's just hang out. And even Roman, who said, I'm never joining your stupid club, says, yeah, sure, I'll do this. I have time before band practice. And
Right.
I think because they saw him like Yuga saw him talking to all the sports kids. Even after he hits a home run, scores a goal, dunks a basketball, and they all want him, he's still sitting there like, oh, like, you guys don't want to join my club? And then, like, I think when Yuga sees that and whatever his name is, the robot, I don't even remember his name anymore. Kaizo, thank you. Says, like, Luke, because he looks at him like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
And I think they almost feel bad for him. So they're like, all right, we're going to go in and join him. That's our friend. That's what we should be doing. And then the only other thing I took from the episode in that regard with like teams to me was I really thought they were hinting at tag duels by saying, oh, you have to play with a team.
Right.
And they were all standing in pairs of two. So to me, it was
Right.
just like, that could be it. Like,
Yeah.
that could be a possibility, but
Yeah.
I don't know. But I liked it. I did like it. There's a lot of stuff going on, which I like.
Yeah. Definitely not a bad thing. That there's a
Yeah,
lot that
no,
you can't really put your finger on.
If you open an arc or a season with a bunch of different things going on and a lot of questions, that's exactly what you want.
Yeah, especially a
Yes.
show that, very early on at least, has a track record of usually covering a lot of the stuff that it
Yes.
hints at.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So that's a good sign as well. Pete, your thoughts on the first episode of Goha 6 Elementary Arc?
It was weird.
It was weird.
I had fun though. I laughed a decent amount of times. I think there was this one cut that I laughed out loud where it cuts back to Rook when he's in the room on the throne, and it specifically uses like Goha's evil theme as he's sitting there. And like I was like, what is he trying to like portray himself as? Like, is he gonna turn against us? Like it was almost like he took himself that seriously. So I thought that was pretty funny. I actually thought the little moments at the beginning were some of my favorite parts of the episode. And not that I didn't like the stuff with Rook, it's just that I can't like ascertain exactly what is going on right now.
Sure.
And whether this is another dimension or it's all in his head or because he banged his leg, he had some kind of like pain-stricken moment of like hallucination. I have no idea. But the moment when you don't get to see, like, if you really think about it, you don't get to see a lot of time between Gakuto and Romin. No. So I thought them starting off just the two of them I really liked.
Yes.
I like when shows, especially in animation, because I understand it's difficult, change outfits on our characters. So Romin wore like a completely thing. I've never seen her wear like a sweater this episode. And then that moment where Yuga's there before everyone, and he seems like a changed man.
Yeah.
Like he seems different. And
they even note that.
Yeah, and he says, like, is it really that weird for me to say thank you? And I don't think that's him, like, oh, he was, like, you know, some kind of jerk. I think it's that he just was so focused on having fun and everyone else having fun and building, you know, his roads that I think he loses track of the little things of, like, oh, I don't say thank you to my friends or I don't appreciate them kind of enough.
Right.
And I thought that little moment there was cool of, like, he's still remembering that duel with Neil. And then we also, right before that, have Neil still showing up. And then are we allowed to say what happens in the previews for the next episode?
Because we're gonna be talking about
we see Sebastian pop up. So, like, these characters that had an influential impact on Yuga are still there.
Impact.
So those are the moments that I really wanted to highlight.
I also, before, I know you have something to say too, Nick T.
No, you
Before,
go.
like, as you mentioned, the whole, like, friendship and him thinking about the duel, right? He also thinks back specifically to the moment of, like, all of their hands touching when he goes to draw the card and seeing that they're cards. And I think, like you said, he doesn't realize those little things. Like, he didn't realize that at the time they thought they were never going to duel again. Like, they gave up dueling for him to win that, to at least have a chance to win. And I think that's why, like, when he says, like, thank you, and he's like, wait, is it weird for me to think? Like, you think back on all the things that they did, and his focus was just so, like, dead on set of what he needed to do. He didn't really look back and think of, like, the end result of that. Like, even if he won and they still didn't get it back, like, then they were done. Like, they wouldn't be dueling anymore. They just kind of be walking around behind him.
And I think it's that moment there too, and the moment of Rook's speech to the teams that are trying to recruit him there. Of, like, he realized not only how powerful Rush Duels means to that core four of them, and that I think Yuga and the rest of them kind of realized, like, you know what? For all the kookiness that is Rook, like, he's our friend. And, like, that was kind of mean that we were just like, hey, we're not going to support you in building this club when the four of them are mainly responsible for building Rush Duels. And I think that was a moment where they were like, you know what? We'll make the time, and we should do that. And that calls back also, as you say, like, to Yuga thinking there of, like, I need to show a little more appreciation for the people around me.
It ties right
because
back
look
in.
what they did for me. I need to give that back.
Yeah, absolutely.
And everyone kind of serves their function in that way. Like, with Yuga, like, what'd you do? Bro.
What?
Come on.
I didn't do anything.
With, like, Yuga showing this appreciation that was referenced at the beginning of the episode, and with Gakuto almost reprising his role as school council president and changing the name of the club and facilitating it now more, and, like, Romin be like, oh, well, like, just her doing her thing, I can come when I'm not at band practice. Like, everyone kind of reprises their role in context of this club.
For sure.
Something I want to transition to, all great points, by the way, and I'm sure you guys are making great points as well in the chat. Something I want to transition to, we got to talk about it. It happened in the very beginning of the episode, and it's something that I feel like we have not really touched on too much right now. Is Goha, the scene with Goha, the scene with Neil, and more importantly, Mr. Goha speaking, actually saying words. What was the vibe? Did you guys feel threatened? Did you guys feel like he was it was like a big moment, or did it kind of miss for you? I mean, how did you feel? The whole Goha interaction scene.
One of you guys want to take it first?
I mean, I'll take a stab at it. I thought it was a big deal because of how the top other 6, like the other people in the hexagon, reacted when he spoke. Like, so it's not just to us that we don't hear Mr. Goha speak. They don't even hear him speak.
Right.
So for him to just Neil to just show up at Hexagon and be like them talking to him and then him talking to them and Mr. Goha being like, no, you're naive, and explaining himself, and everyone's even when they pan out and they have the zoom out, all of the people at the table, their heads are turned. They're all looking back at him in awe that he actually did something other than laugh or say 666.
Right. Right.
Literally, it was an amazing thing.
Even Neil's face when he said something, Neil was stunned.
Yeah. Yes.
And there's not much that shocks
he messed
Neil.
up.
Yeah, well,
he's like, oh crap.
Yeah. What did you think, Pete?
I really liked it. It actually really hit for me there, and I told you those 6 were coming back.
Oh,
you
yeah.
did.
I knew it. You don't just even though they're. I can't even say they're terrible duels because they went against Neil, right? So
they were just cannon fodder in that case.
Yeah, we're not talking. They could still come back as a threat.
I still would be surprised if we learn any of their names.
Which could be a point. I mean, they did a couple shots of Mimi there, but she didn't really say anything.
It's hard.
Kind of hard. Yeah.
1 against 5.
Yeah. But that moment there of him speaking, it did hit for me because, as Cal said, and that was the point I was going to bring up too. I didn't expect that to be the case where. Okay, we don't hear him speak, but these people don't also. He's the boss, and nobody hears this man speak. So it must have enraged him in some way of what Neil said of that it caused him to actually call him out in front of everyone. I mean, this is basically his prized weapon, right, is what Neil is.
Yeah.
And so he doesn't regard him like the top of Hexagon does as a traitor, but he does view him as naive of you're on the wrong path.
Yeah.
And you better get in line with the ideals of this company or something might happen.
Yeah.
That's the vibe kind of I got.
Not only is Neil in trouble, and even though it wasn't really focused on, Mimi is in a very awkward position.
Oh,
right? Because they have to know, at least Mr. Goha has to know, that she's pro Rush Duel.
Yeah.
And it's so important if you're on a team that even if you don't agree with what they're doing, sometimes as long as it's not dangerous, you just have to kind of go along with it.
Right.
Mimi is clearly not going along with any of the other 5 members.
Nope.
They went to attack Neil, and even Neil said straight up, I noticed you're short a member.
And they said they were going to vote her off.
And they said they were going to vote her off.
They said that she's next.
Yeah, and so I would have enjoyed. I thought that was maybe if there was any missed opportunity. I thought the scene was really well. I thought that was it. I would have liked to see a little more anger towards Mimi as well from the generic Hexagon members.
Yes.
And maybe even have Goha speak to Mimi and Neil.
I think there's still moments for that.
Yeah.
I thought it was good. I just thought that would have been interesting.
Right. I think that would have been an appropriate time for it because it feels weird that we got them saying that we're good, she's next, blah blah blah. We know that Mr. Gohan knows, and then now this is our first meeting since, and it's weird that it goes unaddressed, but that's okay. It will be.
Yeah, and maybe it goes unaddressed to kind of play devil's advocate to my own point, just because they now lost to Neil. In that moment, they thought they were going to be able to defeat Neil and then go after Mimi. But Neil wiped the floor with
maybe
us.
we should pick our battles.
Yeah, exactly. Let's focus on Neil. Neil's the traitor. Screw Neil. So interesting scene. But I liked it a lot.
I liked it a lot, too.
Yeah.
I think, even though hearing him speak for the first time was pretty impactful, he's clearly a scary dude, especially when the fact that he doesn't speak unless he's enraged.
And his eyes glowed red at the end.
It was scary. But I think there was something bigger to take away from that scene actually, and it's the fact that I am not convinced, but have hope that now Neil isn't going anywhere.
Yeah,
I get the sense based on how he reacted to Mr. Goha's words, he's gonna be, I think, on the side of our hero. He winced every time he said you're naive, we're gonna crush Rush Duels. He seemed upset by that sentiment.
Him and Mimi I completely agree with you, and I think it's great that Neil was in this episode and had as much of a role as he did. It's very tough. Neil and Mimi are in very tough positions, similar positions, where do you support Yuga and Rush Duels, which is what you clearly are starting to believe in, or do you stay with the company? This is your job. In Neil's case, this is your life. If you support Rush Duels and lose Goha Corporation, what's next? It's a scary thought to come to.
I think they're in a situation of right now, do as you're told.
Yeah.
And when an opportunity presents itself where you could see a moment to weaken Goha and maybe help Yuga and the crew, that's when you do it.
Yeah.
You're kind of like, it's obviously Mr. Goha knows where Neil and Mimi both stand, but it's almost like you're a chameleon at the moment of like, just blend in with the company and seem like you're on board with this direction and then strike when necessary.
Yeah.
That's how I see it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's it'll be interesting. The cracks definitely forming at Goha Corporation.
Yep.
And if what I believe is going to actually be true with Asana Rokuyo and these three being closely associated with Goha, maybe Goha mercenaries, it'll be very interesting to see where their allegiance lies and why their allegiance lies with the side of anti-rush duels. Hopefully it's more than just a school rivalry, but, we'll see. One other thing that I want, and we will get to donations. We always get to every donation, so thank you guys for donating and for commenting. A couple other things I wanted to point out. The Rook crying scene hit for me. I thought that was a really, really good scene.
Yep.
There's some people who, and I want to word this properly, there's some people who I feel are almost ignorant to the point where they don't get sad about things, if that's the right way to
like
say it.
ignorance is bliss, kind of like?
Ignorance is bliss, where like even if like, you're kind of lonely or, people don't really agree with a lot of what you say, you don't really have that kind of personality where you're like going to be very upset about it.
He's simple.
You still, I guess that's the word. I mean, with Rook, Rook does not strike me as someone who would get emotional about that.
No.
He just seems very, he has this belief in himself that what he's doing is right, what he's doing is correct, and whether people want to get on the train or not, that train is still driving straight through the station. Mm-hmm. So, what's going on?
No, nothing.
So, to me, Rook never struck me as a character that would be upset that no one came. He's human. And I guess that's kind of the message there in that whole scene. Yeah. But what did you guys think of that scene? Because I liked it a lot. You kind of get bullied to a degree or looked down on by the Calibros, the jocks of the school. And
welcome back.
And
it would happen whether he was here or not, though.
That's fair.
It actually gets way worse when he's not here.
That's untrue. And so, Calibro, I want to start with you, since you might be able to relate from both sides.
Okay, so
I see what you did there.
Thank you.
Nice try to save. I think that I think it's a very, like you said, it's like a humanizing scene for him. It's a way to connect with Rook in maybe a way not everyone can, in terms of just the character that he is for people that are watching. And he goes around and he's really trying to promote himself and promote rush duels and tell all these people, hey, like, you should do this. I can show you how to rush duel. Like, it's a really good time. I really like this, blah, blah, blah. And all these kids like him because he's good at what they like to do. And he realizes, oh, they don't want to, like, hang out with me to play rush duels. They just want me to play on their team because I'm good at basketball, baseball, or soccer. And then to make matters worse, he's doing a rush duel by himself, and all of his friends had rejected his invite into their club. Like, they're members 1, 2, and 3, which to him is probably a very big deal. And to them, they're like, yeah, no. Like, I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
And I think it just all comes crashing him at once. He's like, I put all this effort in. I changed this whole room up. I made this whole big deal. I tried to promote to everybody that I know. I made this huge thing on the field of Dragears saying, join Luke Club and all this stuff. And not a single person has knocked on the door.
Sorry.
Don't listen to anything that Barrett Letty writes in the chat.
Oh, why do you remove that?
Oh.
That was the best one. Keep going. I apologize.
No, but I just think that, like, it kind of, like, it broke him. And he's just not a character you would ever see be broken.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that speaks volumes because it's not like, I feel like if you had expected him in any way to feel down, it would be from losing. From like losing a duel or something like that. But it wasn't. It was like, an actual like emotional reason that really broke him down. And I think that everybody noticed he was kind of breaking down, and that's why they ended up coming back.
It's like when you invite someone to like a birthday party, and when you're like in elementary school and no one shows up.
Yes.
Right, exactly.
Right.
It's exactly
like it's the same concept.
Yeah.
And then you ask your mom and dad why nobody showed up, and they have to explain to you that you have no friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Luckily, I never had to go through that.
Or they explain, well, son, that was all a dream. You just woke up from your 8-year coma. And then that is why.
That's Pokemon. Now, we're not going to get into the Pokemon anime, but that's what they're planning to do over there.
I mean, I think I...
Do you want to address that theory?
No, we're not going to address that theory. I do want to say I totally agree. And I think we've only ever seen, I think, one other emotional moment out of Rook in that way, and that's when he was dueling, oddly enough, Schrodinger. And he was having this sort of emotional breakdown, questioning if, like, he could be a success, right? Like, if he could be the king of duels and whatnot. And I think both these two things are kind of related in the way that he has such a high self-view, and rightfully so. He's a great duelist, blah, blah, blah. But, like, I think this specifically was a moment where, like, the veil gets lifted a bit. Like, his self-view hasn't gotten, like, challenged much this show until now, where it's like, I'm this great duelist and everybody loves and knows me and really cares about me. I mean, he even got, like, printed in the newspaper. Even if it wasn't so great, his sort of ego said, this is a good thing. I'm in the newspaper. But now nobody cares. Nobody shows up. And his self-view is shattered.
Yeah.
And he's trying to put on a brave face, duel himself, and then, like, one little thing. The tiniest thing. Dropping a card, and it just breaks him.
Yeah, but it's also the physical pain he was feeling.
Yeah. I think so. I mean, bumping your knee, yeah, sure. I think it's just the moment of, like, him bumping his knee, dropping the card. It was the last straw. It's like the breaking point. Sucks.
Yeah, it's interesting because he goes, "What is this substance?" And either that's referring to the tears that maybe he's never shed before.
That's what I was considering.
That's what I figured it was.
I think the card felt different. I think that's what it was.
Some people
that was it changing.
Cocaine. I
mean, nobody said that.
I saw it on 4chan.
I see what you're saying there,
yeah,
actually.
So, listen, and then, of course, we get teleported into the world. Obviously, we already talked about that. There's this scene at the end that I wanted to get your opinion on, because I think it could be dual spirit related, where Gears comes down, and him and Rook have, like, a moment of, like, 20 seconds, where it seems like they interact with each other.
In original Japanese, Shiosei Entame comes in. In the original Japanese, he says, "What is this strange liquid?" referring to the tears, but it was hard to translate without it being weird.
Okay.
Fair.
Thank you, Entame.
Which makes sense.
And that's why Shiosei's here. Yeah, Entame is great. You can actually click her link in the chat.
And she reviewed this episode.
Yeah, she does reviews.
She's a VTuber. She's awesome.
Yeah, she was on last week. Most of you guys probably know who she is, but she's great. And the only reason that we can watch the episode subbed.
The only reason this podcast happens.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'll say that every week. So thank you, Entame. And thank you for clearing that up. So it was the tears. But yeah, for when I first watched it, I had thought similarly to what you had thought. I was like, was something on the card before the tears were there?
That it was almost like painted over Gears or something like that.
Yeah,
because like when the tears hit it, it was like, wait, why does it feel like this?
Yeah,
and, like, it changed it into that card.
So then that definitely means that was the first time Rook's ever cried. That's how much that bothered him. Which I guess you can even take more into that scene, but Rook has this moment with Gears, his new ace. New ace I thought was awesome.
Yeah.
That one attack where there's 7 of them.
Dude, it's so dope.
Or I think there's 8 of them.
Beautiful
amazing,
card.
Yeah, beautiful animation, amazing attack.
7 would have made more sense.
Yeah, probably 7.
It probably was 7.
That's okay. Yeah, that's okay.
It's not okay, man. I can't get this stuff wrong.
They're going to really tear you down for that
one. I just thought that scene was... I thought the scene was cool, but I thought it was weird. I think Rook has the ability to talk to dual spirits. And I don't think it's been fully fleshed out yet. And you guys might not be able to speak on this because that's more of an older thing.
We watched GX, bro.
We watched
Judai and Wing Karibo.
Wing Karibo.
It's a very similar concept. Yeah. And they haven't done that in a while with the dual spirits. But I don't want to say that was the dual spirit world. I think that's way too much of a statement to make. But I believe that he was in a different world. I don't think it was a dream world. I don't think it was an hallucination. I really do believe he was teleported to an entirely different world.
I'm inclined to believe that.
Okay, so you agree with that?
If it wasn't for the blinding light when they opened the door and the light he saw in the field, I would probably say, it's a stretch. I don't think it's a stretch.
I think he was teleported somewhere. And then it basically becomes a question of the character he's dueling an evil version of himself. Is he dueling within himself, an inner battle? Or is he dueling like another version of him or someone that's able to manifest themselves as him to try and push him and drive him to get Gears and to be the king for whatever reason? Mm-hmm. And does this have to do...
He's in a mirror world.
...with Dragears... I like that. With Dragears being one of the monsters on the ruins in Otis's lair? Because that still hasn't really been addressed. Does that mean that 7 characters have this sort of power where there's like, eviler, but that version wasn't really evil because it was driving him to be better.
Driving him, but what if, and hear me out, these duels, and maybe every one of our protect or any relevant character related to the ruins gets these kinds of duels where the ruins are associated with a monster that manifests themselves in a version of our duelist that they have to duel to move forward.
Yeah.
So this is Rook's battle. This is the manifestation of his ruin represented by Dragears, represented by this other version of himself in which he duels.
Makes sense.
So maybe we get that a few times. Yeah. I don't know.
But like, this also might not have anything to do with the ruins. This might be a Rook exclusive thing.
It might not.
So I don't want people to start assuming, oh, there's 6 other. Yeah, because that's the.
I do get like a sense of like almost like and not the in like a clown sense, but like it is where it's like. The whole point of it is not the clown. It's not Pennywise. It's the point that like the creature, whatever it is, manifests itself as your worst fears.
Mm-hmm.
And like in this way, like it could be just like this being or
Rook's
several
worst
beings.
fear is the devil within him.
Exactly.
Yeah. Which that was a whole nother thing. He really does believe that he is a devil inside of him.
Yeah.
And
I don't think this
moment addressed the Pauly effect that he does.
Not at all.
So that's a whole other
But we
issue.
did address episodes ago that, okay, it's probably from the watch, but it's only when he controls the watch.
Right. Right.
So what does that mean?
It makes no sense. I do want to...
I don't know what that is. What's the Hateful Eight?
It's
Is that the last Tarantino film?
It's the last Tarantino film.
Or no, it's actually before Once Upon a Time, but still.
So the last thing I want to
know,
touch
Barrett.
on, and then we're going to get to donations from you guys and talk with the chat, which I love to do. And thank you guys so much for donating. It means the world. This was the first duel in Yu-Gi-Oh! Sevens that took it to a life or death level. And I think that's something that could get overlooked.
Yes.
If that was real.
If that was real, which I believe it was, because I believe it was a different world. So that at least tells me, and I'm not sure if they're going to go that route with an arc or with a duel, that at least tells me that under certain circumstances, they are willing to have these duels be the biggest stake possible.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't doubt that they would get to that point. It's just, I don't know if this duel was necessarily that. Just in my mind, I didn't perceive it as that. It felt like that other Rook, whether it's just a figment of his imagination or whatever, it's just pushing him to kind of realize who he is and give him a new card.
Yeah.
But
I agree.
Yeah, I think this show can get to a point where, hey, like, your life is on the line.
Yeah,
I just think it's going to be used a lot more sparingly than Vrains, let's say.
Well,
so
boy,
that's not necessarily a bad thing.
Reigns only had one option.
you die or you win.
I think we only counted 2 or 3 duels in Vrains where the Ignis or your life was not on the line.
Brave Max was one of them.
Brave Max versus Ghost Girl was one of them.
Yeah.
Brave Max versus the other guy. They
Yeah.
bricked the first
You're
hand.
right. Actually, no, that's not true because I think if Brave Max lost, he would have been turned to Data, right?
No. She was just I think Emma was just trying to get information.
No,
not
when he
from
versed
Wade.
the generic Knight of Hanoi.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
I think I would consider that a risk.
So that's life or death. So
Yeah, it would have been a huge loss.
it would have been. I still think he's coming to Sevens. But we're going to take
Videos
some
coming out about
donations from you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed our thoughts on 27. Of course, we're going to play off of what you guys are saying in the great, beautiful chat. So, and we're not done. And then we have a lot still to do. Obviously, Asana Rokuyo, we're going over whether we like her design or not. She was most likely the girl at the end of the 27 preview or 28 preview at the end of episode 27. We have the summary and cast for 28. We're making our picks, Romin versus Sushiko. And we have the 29 and 30 summaries. We have a lot. We are going all in on Goha 6 Elementary arc. So keep it right here. We're going to take some donations. We'll get right back to the discussion. Pete?
Before Pete starts, I just want to address something. Barrett made a reference to my facial hair before, and then he said I'm offended, and he's going to have to send me a box of Godiva. Barrett, I'm not offended, but I will more than happily accept the box of Godiva chocolate, and maybe I'll send you one back, too.
Sounds pretty
It's
good.
pretty cool.
So-
Especially around the
basically,
holidays.
they're buying each other. They're buying for themselves a box.
No,
of
it's
good-
going to be different, though.
Oh,
It's like an
different.
early Valentine's Day gift.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
That's how I see it.
Okay.
Maybe I'll buy you animal crackers instead.
But wait, it has to
I
be
think-
the coated. Like
I think
the,
Barrett's most recent comment was better.
the frosted dipped ones.
Someone wants it a letter.
That was great. He's keeping me laughing tonight.
God, dude.
Dill donations.
Yes, please.
Some donos.
Yeah.
Don't
Thank
Starts
you.
off,
Donos.
as always, who's it start off with?
Either 10th or Sean Gilbride.
Sean Gilbride
You got
donated $11.11.
Thank you, Sean. 1111, bro.
And said,
Thank
just
you, man.
topped my first major online tournament the other day with a deck incorporating Jim Crocodile Cook's fossil cards.
That sounds
I've always loved rock-type monsters.
That's awesome.
Now listen,
Nick Yagi's dad.
That's the actual
It's
Jim
Nick Yagi's dad.
Nope, that's the actual
Nick
Jim
Yagi's
Crocodile Cook.
dad.
Nick Yagi's the ripoff.
Nick Yagi's dad.
No, I don't want to hear it. Sean, thank you so much for the big donation, and congratulations to you, man. Topping a tournament, never easy, and doing it with fossils, doing it with an anime deck. You know I love to see it. Congratulations, Sean, and thank you for the donation. Thank you for helping this channel so much over the weeks. I appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Nicholas Horton donated £5.
Nick.
And said, Mr. Goha finally said a sentence, and I love Asanya's design.
Yeah, I mean,
So it
Asana, we're gonna be
awesome.
talking about
It's
Asana
awesome.
a lot after we do some donations, Nick. Yeah, phenomenal design. I mean, that design to me reminds me a lot of old school Yu-Gi-Oh. That's like if I saw that design in a Vrains or a GX or an Arc 5, it would fit right in. That's the I think least sevens-ish design that we've gotten so far, in my opinion. But I love the way Asana looks. We're going to be talking a lot more about her, a lot more about that episode 28. And yeah, Nicholas, thank you for the donation, man.
Mr. Goha, a.k.a. donated $2 Canadian and said, welcome back, Cal. I miss you. Oh, Mr. Goha.
I
knew
love
at
the
some point
laughs.
you were going to reach over to hit him.
Yeah, I said don't hit me.
That's why he sat
I
away from you.
appreciate you. I appreciate everyone. I'm so happy to be back.
We're happy to have you, man.
But yeah, we are actually really happy to have you back. We missed you.
I appreciate that.
Thanks. Welcome back, bro.
I'm not gonna do
Don't
it. I'm not gonna do it.
Thank you, Cammy.
Ice Aiden donated $2.
Ice, thank you,
And
man.
said,
Nice,
so what
nice.
y'all think of the Asanya design?
Yeah, well, I had said to you guys right before we went live, I said Asana is going to be a big talking point tonight.
But we'll get there.
We will get there. I mean, yeah, we'll save it. We will get there, Ice Aiden, I promise. That's going to be the first thing we talk about when we discuss the 28 preview.
And the only sneak peek I can say, it's definitely positive for marks, at least on my end.
Yeah, on my end as well.
I think it'll look really cool at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah. That preview there.
No, it's too much.
Thank you, Ice.
Too much.
Too much.
JC Duel Links Gaming donated £2.
Thank you,
And
JC.
said, this arc is going to be cool. Asanya has a good design. Again, another one.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a phenomenal design.
It's just an amazing design. And so I knew Asana was going to be a big talking point. We are going to give our thoughts on her
I feel
very,
like
very soon.
Every single donation is going to end up being that.
Yeah,
as
I
I
mean,
scroll down.
it's a... well,
Rightfully so.
you have to understand, episode 28 is the 1,000th episode of Yu-Gi-Oh!, not counting season
That's
0.
right. That's right.
And we have never in the anime had a girl antagonist, a girl main major antagonist.
Step in the right direction.
Yeah, and it's a girl whose aesthetic reminds me and a lot of people of Marek's. Very
Yeah.
similar skin color, very similar hair color. A kind of aesthetic and design that I think you can make her go kind of insane, and it's very believable.
Okay.
I believe.
Oh yeah.
I believe.
Oh absolutely.
But we'll get into that.
Dill, you said this one coming up was 1,000.
Yeah.
I thought maybe I had just missed it, but the last episode, so 26, not this one we just watched, when they're in like the Goha Museum and they see like all the old duel monsters, like that would have been a perfect thing for the 1,000th episode.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I wonder if they're even going to mention it. I don't think that they will. I know a lot of people think that they're going to do something. I don't think they're going to do anything because I think it's Studio Bridge now, and so I don't think.
But like
they're
I
gonna-
think that like if that episode was just timed to be the 1,000th, it would have made perfect sense, and everyone would have put 2 and 2 together. I feel like pretty easily.
Right.
Yeah.
Because it's like, oh, Dark Magician, and you could see all the other
Jack
monsters in
Atlas's
the
D
back.
Wheel. Yeah. I don't think they're doing anything for the 1,000th episode.
What
Yeah.
about an
Yeah.
opening change?
I don't think they're going to do it.
We
Because
got
it's
some
just
new visuals though.
for the ending we did.
Didn't I feel like there was
There
the
was, like,
very
right at the
beginning,
beginning
the
of the
very
opening,
beginning of the opening
There
was
a
different.
slight difference.
Oh, was I didn't even notice
Yeah.
it.
But the end, they
See,
obviously
Cal-
they added Roman in.
Yeah.
Yeah. and
Which I
Rook
really
singing.
liked. I thought it was cool. Do they a Rook themed kind of?
Oh, I
ending.
loved it.
was
I actually
cool.
loved his singing voice, by the way. I think that was great.
Yeah, it was.
It was funny.
And so thank you for the donation.
Mr. Goha, aka
Love
donated $2 Canadian
Love it.
and said, "What do you think of Mr. Goha's voice, guys?" Which is a legitimate question now that we've
Yeah.
Now we
heard
actually know
him
it.
speak complete
I
sentences.
like it a lot.
I also
It's fitting.
liked it. Yeah, I agree.
I was surprised by how deep it was. I didn't think it was going to be that deep. I know the YouTuber who voices Mr. Goha. I just didn't think it was going to be that deep. That's not a bad thing. I thought it sounded really good.
I think it fits with his aesthetic.
Yeah, it sounded more intimidating than I was anticipating.
Especially considering we have like clear references to like Darth Vader in the visual, and it's like it has to compete with
He better be scarred.
James Earl Jones. Thank you. Yeah. So it had to be like a deep voice.
Yeah, but thank you. Really cool. Thank you, Mr. Goha.
Really like it.
XSlayer64 donated $2.
Thank you, XSlayer.
And said, can't wait for how this arc is going to kick off.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it really seems like it's going to kick into gear next week. I think episode 29 is going to be the big kick into gear, to be honest. Episode 29. And that's based off the 29 summary, which you guys know kind of an ambush is happening. So we'll get into that, though, a little later on. They don't know anything about 29 and 30, so you're going to get their raw reaction, which will be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Edgar Navarro donated $10 and
what was
said,
the name? Edgar?
Edgar Navarro.
Thank you so much,
83
Edgar.
Navarro.
Thank you so much, man.
I like that Yu-Gi-Oh! Sevens establishes a duel club like Vrains did. Just hope it's a place where Yuga and the Ko can hang out and have some wholesome moments in the future, unlike Vrains for Yusaku and Takura and Aoi.
Right.
Which, I mean, yeah, it kind of
was
became a tiny bit of therapy for them and a tiny bit of just Brave Max thinking he knew more than Yusaku and not really kind of bench scene wholesome moments.
And the issue with Vrains was they were really never in the real world for most of the entire show.
Yep.
So you would never get that dual club action because it's there and then it's gone basically.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah.
It's
Edgar, that was a really nice donation. So first of all, thank you for donating, man. I really appreciate it. I completely agree with you, and I think that Sevens has been really good with real world, taking a break from like real world things, taking a break from duels to focus on real world things. Excuse me, like Roman making curry in her apartment. Or in this case, Rook creating a duel club and messing it up horribly. So both of them did in a way.
Great.
So I'm not worried about it. I think we're going to get a lot more real life focus, and I'm happy about that. I think that's the slice of life moments are there, and I think that's a strong point for Sevens.
I agree.
Thank you again.
Legendary Duels, JC.
Sure,
donated $5.
I'm sure he loved the episode.
And said, my boy Rook is not only the best duelist, but the best soccer, best basketball, and best baseball player. Rook is the king at everything. I rest my case.
He's not wrong.
He's not wrong, but I have bad news for Legendary Duels because Rook is losing very soon. I'm sorry, JC, but Rook, and that is no, he's not. It's not on any of the summaries. I just believe that Rook is losing very soon. I believe giving him his new ace, Mirror Gears, in this kind of way makes me think that he is going to lose very soon.
It's the start of the heel turn, baby.
No, I don't think there's any heel turn. I just think that when a character uses a new ace, they almost always win. And I think in this case, a character is given an ace in kind of a bit of a throwaway duel. That way, when they actually have a legitimate duel versus an enemy, there's no new ace, they can lose.
Right.
Yeah, and he's opened up to his emotions now, man.
Yeah, JC, listen, I love Rook. You know I love Rook, man. I love Rook.
He could go into a dark place, though.
But he's losing.
Listen, I think I speak for JC and myself and probably everyone in the chat. I want a side anime of Rook playing sports. I want a basketball anime, some baseball anime. I want to watch that.
I hope we get a bunch of like OVAs where it's like 10 minutes of him playing each sport.
I think it'd be great.
Yeah, it would be great. It would do a lot for the Yu-Gi-Oh franchise.
It would.
Yeah.
It builds up the character outside of it. He doesn't need to just be, card game centric.
You're right. Well, he's not.
So you're saying you're not going to watch it?
No, I would watch it. If there was a Rook-focused OVA where he played
Had nothing to do with dueling. It was just
I'd watch it. I mean, I don't watch a lot of anime, but I have seen some anime outside of Yu-Gi-Oh. Yeah, so I'd watch it.
Yeah.
When the Rook becomes the king.
JC, thank you, man.
Nice. Yes, thank you. I also have to reply to his. He messaged me. I have to reply.
Yeah, get on that, dude.
And I was rushing here.
Rushing. See what you did there.
I did that on purpose.
TNX Rail donated £5.
Thank you, Thomas.
And said updated the ending to add some more Roman visual, and she was singing with the rest of them. Also, was the main singer different?
Yep.
Also,
It
was that a UFO at the end?
Yes,
you.
someone else saw it. Yes, Sirocco's UFO was at the end of the ending.
Yep.
And so yeah, we're going to that galaxy, guys.
Or they're coming back.
I think there's a chance that why would you put that in there?
Oh, we are definitely
right.
And even before that,
Come
I said
on.
this. We are definitely seeing.
But
Sirocco
now
again.
it's egregious, right? Like now you purposely purposely put that in the
So
end
Rocco's been in more opening and ending visuals than Neil.
than Lightning.
Well, and Lightning was in Glory, one of the endings.
Yes.
So actually, they're tied.
Well, yeah, he just had the one, so he's tied.
Yeah, he was just never in an opening. And actually, I think Lightning was in Are You Ready? I think he was in 2 endings.
Really?
Yeah, when I was human and looking down, and they were showing all the fallen Ignis behind
you're right.
him.
I think you're right.
Dun, 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 dun.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Wow.
TNX. It was Rook's voice actor, and yeah, one of my favorites is the selfie that Roman's looking at.
Yeah.
Rook has Roman like this, almost as if he like brought her into the picture,
Right, like
which kind of shows the growth of Rook. Because remember, Rook was very
She was the traitor.
She was the traitor. So I loved that specific shot as well. But yeah, it was a very wholesome ending. It's always been a pretty wholesome ending.
Yeah, I love that ending.
I still feel like, honestly, and I said this a while ago, I feel like they have the best potential to be the closest of friends in between Roman and Rook. Like,
yeah,
that's usually how things
agree.
start off, like where you hate each other and then you end up becoming like best friends.
Yeah.
And I feel like they
Roman
they
and
have a track
Gakuto are
for
pretty
that.
tight too.
Yeah, but like
they are.
they're in
Especially
such like
this
a
episode.
professional way. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like I feel like
It's because
like
they're the
where-
only two with like really
Yeah.
like.
With brains.
Yeah, I was gonna. Yeah,
it's true.
like yeah. In
You
a
ain't
way,
lying.
like obviously, Yuga's brilliant, but like common sense brains, they're just like.
Yeah, it's like our
Like-
friend, Weir.
Yeah, well, no, he would be like.
Yikes.
He would be the one of the others. He'd be Yuga, I guess.
That's what I meant.
when he goes, what are the others? So who?
Yeah.
Um,
Like he's smart. He just sometimes lacks the common sense.
Yeah, which happens. Dill, how much farther do you want to go?
how many more donations do we have?
Quite a few. They're
Really?
spoiling you. tonight.
Yeah.
Wow, thank you guys so much. Seriously, thank you.
Do you want to just jump over just once, and we'll stop here with a donation link over
Yeah,
there?
I'll do a couple, and we will get to all of them. I promise you. Thank you so much.
Read the one from the saxophone beast.
Okay.
Ooh.
If we go in.
Thank you for using the link. There is a link in the description.
Wow.
The Saxophone Beast. Thank you for the $7.77 donation.
Yeah.
777. I love it, man. We got to represent Team Rush. This episode was one of my favorites. I love how Rook shows how passionate he is, and his speech was great. Hated to see him cry. Yeah, that was for me, it was a surprisingly tough scene to watch. But I think many people can relate to that situation. Absolutely, man. Loving something so much and nobody else showing interest, feeling alone. Yeah, I completely agree. And I think that's why that scene hit for me.
Yeah.
And I think it probably hits for a lot of people. Because at some point in your life, you feel lonely. At some point in your life, you feel like you're I don't want to say worthless, but you feel like your worth maybe is being questioned.
Sure.
Self-worth especially. I think a lot of people struggle with self-worth and self-confidence.
Absolutely.
I think every single person does to some degree.
Sure.
So, yeah, I think it was a very humanizing and relatable scene. And that was probably my favorite scene from this episode because it made me really like Rook a lot more.
I very much agree.
Yeah. So Saxophone Beast, thank you for the donation.
Yeah, dude.
We are going to get to all of them, but I think it's time to talk.
Oh, that's what I thought.
Oh, Lord.
Episode 28, 29, and 30. So
You just remind me. I have a meme I have to show you guys.
before we go into the summaries, I want to ask you guys your thoughts on Asana Rokuyo's design.
Dude, it's awesome. I mean, I feel like I don't even know how much more to say about it. Like, it's just a great design. I mean, and just like Merrick was a phenomenal design. I love. He's still one of my favorite characters, and all. Not even just from Duel Monsters, like Yu-Gi-Oh! Period.
Best villain, I think.
Best villain for sure.
I think, yeah.
That's bold.
One of my favorite characters across all series. But I mean, obviously for also personality reasons, because he's a psychopath. He's just the coolest. But his design was really good, and I think similarly, I don't know are we pronouncing it Asana or
Asana, or is it
Asana.
I've been saying what have I been saying?
We'll just go with
Asana.
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 Asana's fine.
Is that how I
Asana.
said it?
Yeah.
All right, Asana.
Until they.
We should
correct
just keep
us.
saying it like in different ways. Right now, right?
Well,
Asana,
my one friend when he saw Aui's name, he said AOI. That's how he as if they were like an acronym.
Yeah.
Which I guess could happen.
Yeah, right on. Why not?
Yeah, AOI.
We've got I.
So you liked it?
Yes.
What do you think?
You talking to me?
Talking to me.
You're talking to me? I liked it. I liked it a lot. I thought it was it's like a good, clean design, and you can definitely see the villainous like potential in it.
Yeah.
Because like I know we said it like very briefly at the end, and I think you might have said it was. It looks like she's giving them a friendly face, but you can almost see right through that.
Oh yeah, that smile in the preview looks very fake.
Oh yes,
like
it looks very
very
fake.
You can tell that she's acting friendly, but you can also tell that she's probably not actually friendly.
Mm-hmm.
Right,
and
exactly.
I think that is always like, it's not the easiest thing to pull off in like I guess in a design. Someone that is trying to be your friend when they're really not, and I think that's such a cool way to bring in a villain.
Yeah.
So I if that's the way it ends up going, I like the way it looks right now.
Your thoughts?
So we're saying she's in 6th grade, is what they're saying?
I don't know. We don't really have it. We assume that she's part of Goha 6th Elementary, but we don't know that.
She
for
looks
sure.
older though.
She does
right?
look older. She looks like she could pass for like
said,
14.
So like the one thing I said at the end there is I was like, if she is a little older, maybe she can use that kind of innocence of youth, kind of little naivete on the part of Yugioh and Co. And that's how she could be like, oh, we're friends, kind of like Mimi did, but way, way more sinister and effective. Mm-hmm. And that's kind of where her design, though, like just speaking about that, kind of, it just doesn't even feel like it fits in the show. And I don't mean that in a bad way. It just feels.
The other night.
It feels like they ripped it out of like some other anime, and I can't put my finger on it, and then literally plopped in there, and it works. It works.
I completely
but I don't
agree.
understand
This does not feel
what
like a
they
Sevens
drew
design.
or something. Like it pops in a different way.
Yeah, I completely agree, and I love it. And I don't view it as a bad thing either. I think it's a blessing.
Yeah.
I love those. So I love the way Asana Rokuyo looks. One of my favorite designed character in all of Yu-Gi-Oh! Is Ashizu Ishtar. I absolutely love Ashizu. I think the Egyptian look, just the way that she looks is amazing. And I think that the darker skin and the silver hair is a beautiful aesthetic. And are you okay?
Yeah, I'm good. Sorry.
And I love Marek. And again, Ashizu, she didn't have silver hair, but she had the darker skin and the white. And I just think the white outfit and robes. And I think it's just a beautiful aesthetic. I think it's great.
I do think it's great.
So there's just something about those type of characters that I absolutely love.
Sure.
And Asana Rokuyo, I love the design.
Yes, I agree. I do actually want to comment on the whole idea of just that smile. I get the sense, and I would like to see it continued. I hope it's how it kind of pans out. These characters where they very calmly with a smile and almost sweetly deliver you the worst news possible. And she's just one. I would love to see one of those people that's just very calm, very sweet, but really it's we're going to destroy you.
See, I would love her to be this sweet character, but have that side where she can go insane and be an insane Marek level villain.
Like when Roman gets hungry.
Yeah. Well, similarly, but when Roman gets hungry, it seems like that's kind of forced. That's just, it's not that she wants to go into that mode, but it's just what happens.
Yeah, that's
I want a sort of willingness for her to kind of lose her mind.
Mm-hmm.
Similar to Sora from Arc 5, and you guys will know what I'm referring to.
Yeah, I'm the complete opposite. I
You
don't
want
want her to
more-
lose her mind. I want her controlled and diabolical.
You want
And
Spectre.
she's gonna surgically rip your heart out because
That's-
she
yeah.
knows exactly how to do it. That's
Yeah.
what I want.
Well, that would also be pretty fascinating. I like when characters just become unhinged, like a Spectre, as one of you guys said.
that was so great.
I like when they get to that next level.
Still, him in that lightning duel is one of my favorite duels.
It's
I
a
love that
very
duel.
good duel.
I like when he dueled Eye.
Davis, don't catch me.
So I do want to read the 28 summary and cast, as well as the 29 summary, as well as the 30 summary. The 28, and again, Asana is debuting in this episode. Training Camp, Sushi Duel. Yuga and company have decided to take part in the Rush Duel tournament, and they're attending a training camp for it. As the sun sets, Romin and Sushiko begin a duel with the right to hog the TV at stake.
Oh,
The cast is Yuga, Rook, who looks like a pimp in the preview, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I
Straight up,
mean,
there's two different
No,
shots.
there's two different.
He has a cane.
And that's
Like a
something-
literal pimp,
And
you
that's
mean.
and that's something that again
And
the
the
younger
shades.
audience might not pick up
Come
on.
on.
But
Come on.
I mean, we have to wait for the context of the episode. But
I want
come
I
on.
want one of you out there to discredit that right now.
come on, no, that's
There's
absolutely what
nothing
they're
that will
going with.
convince me
He's gonna
otherwise.
have fuzzy dice on his bike too.
Oh my
Dude, I
God.
swear to God.
Gakuto, Roman, Kaizo, Sebastian, but no Neil. Mimi, Asana, Menzaburo, Sushiko, Nick Yagi, Khan,
Yeah.
Intimate coming for me.
Seki, Honto, Drone, and extras. And that's your cast for 28. Weird that Sebastian's in it without Neil. Very weird.
Mm-hmm.
I hope he's
But
not
I'll-
reporting
but
some sort of news. Like,
But I like that though.
Yeah,
it
I don't
keeps
mind
those
it.
characters around.
Yeah, and something we have to talk about in the preview. Obviously, there. What are your thoughts?
No.
Honestly,
My thoughts are
Come
this.
on, look at what he looks like. Come on.
Woo! I love it.
He's straight pimping.
I
bro.
mean that's exactly what they're.
He's
implying.
straight pimping.
I don't know. It's
Come
too
on.
soon, too soon to tell.
All over the world.
There's 2 shots of that, and then there's another shot right after that of of Roman. I mean, come on.
I love the aviator.
Yeah.
Big shot.
It's
Yeah.
that Tom Cruise Top Gun
He does
look.
the Top
Yeah.
Gun
I like
look.
that.
Yeah. Oh God.
Why is there a chicken in the?
Yeah, dude. I don't know.
I have
no idea.
I don't. I've lost the scope of this show. I don't really understand.
You
what's
think? I
happening.
lost it in the first episode.
Oh my God, dude.
Now, is this a real tournament or is it a 1-episode
No,
tournament?
no.
better
This
be
seems
real.
like it's a real tournament. It seems like we might be in the training portion of a real tournament.
Cool. We're getting what we want.
Yeah. So, I want to read the 29 summary and cast. That's fresh off the printing press.
Ooh.
This will give us a good idea of where things are headed. Episode 29, Gallant Digging. And this is a reference to, you might have actually seen it, Gundam Rising.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, DMC just wrote, episode 29 title is a reference to this and this. Gallant Digging. And the other thing is Panzer World Gallant.
Yeah. Not terribly familiar.
Yeah, I don't know what the reference is, but I'm uncultured. Rons and Rinosuke are crossing over the mountain to reach the training camp. However, blocking their way is Tazaki Gallant, a Goha 6 student riding on a blue machine. Episode 30, due to Rook's mistake, Yuga and company will now participate in a trumpet duet competition.
Yeah.
What?
Tag duel.
No, it's a trumpet duet. It's not a trumpet duel.
What is happening?
A trumpet duet competition. They head to the Wind Music Club to practice, but are ambushed by someone.
What is this
Dude, that
show?
sounds amazing.
What is this
So
show?
apparently, an Entame, if she's still here, might be
Cheers.
able to confirm this. Trumpet duet and rush duel are spelt very similarly. I think I saw that on Twitter earlier today, and so it's not like a crazy reach.
She wants to point out earlier, she said, so the text on the side of the preview says that there's going to be a camp where Luke is coaching, so he's dressed like a coach. There's no way you can convince me otherwise
maybe, like,
Entame,
I think-
that he is not dressed
Coach,
like a pimp.
loosely, like Master Roshi was a coach, you know?
Yeah, and look how he turned out. Exactly.
No, you know what? Anyway, so there's a trumpet duet going on. 29.
Yes, she comments here. The reference is in the way the Japanese is structured, so it's hard to translate.
Okay, but there is similarities there. So it's not completely out of the blue. Thank you for that, Entame. So Rands and Rinosuke are getting ambushed by this guy Tazaki Gallant. What do you guys think of that? 29.
The ambush? I think that sounds sick, first of all.
No, this isn't the ambush. The ambush is in 30.
They get ambushed in 30 as well.
Oh.
By the same guy?
Yuga and company get ambushed.
By the same
Yuga
guy?
and Rook. No, they don't say who.
Oh.
In 30. So I believe that this Tazaki guy is going to wipe the floor with them.
Oh, you think so?
And I think that's going to lead to a rivalry between him and Gakuto. That's what I believe. Because how are you going to introduce a character from Goha 6
and have him lose
if
immediately?
this entire arc is about the threat that Goha 6 poses?
You're right.
Especially if it's one of the two shadowy dudes that we saw at the end of 26.
Right.
And you're going to have them duel Rons and Rinosuke, who are not threatening duelists by any means of the imagination. I just think it would be very debilitating if they lost to those two characters.
Well, they're not going to.
If they beat Rons and Rinosuke, then you can set up a rivalry between Gakuto trying to get revenge and this Gallant dude.
Yeah, I think Gallant's going to win.
Yeah. But it's very early to say.
We'll get there next week.
We'll get there next week. So we're not going to focus too much on it, just early
Nick's the
predictions.
only
What do you guys make of the summaries, the 3 summaries? Pete, I want to start with you.
Me?
Oh.
Yeah.
What's happening? What happens in this show? I mean, come on. This is
These arcs
becoming
always start
This
weird.
is becoming a catchphrase of me for
you
the
know
show.
these arcs always start weird.
A
So
trumpet competition?
A trumpet duet.
how did they get roped into that?
I don't know how.
What were the conditions?
I am so excited for that episode.
It's just,
and they're going to the wind.
And you know what? I can't even get mad because what they do is they still intrigue me to where I want to watch like what car it's like when you want to see what happens in a car wreck. It's kind of the same thing. Where I'm just like, what is happening and where are we going? But this is how, as you say, all these arcs start. Like what?
To be fair, is a trumpet duet more weird than doing a massage chair?
So Nick T would be able to answer that.
No, I think the massage chair is stranger.
That's way weirder.
Okay.
How common, now Nick T was someone who studied music. He studied the arts in college.
Yeah.
How common is a trumpet duet competition?
You've never heard Battle of the Trumpets?
I want Nick T to answer.
Oh, sorry.
In all my time.
In all your time.
Studying music.
You went to a very prestigious school.
Yeah, very prestigious.
Yes.
Columbia.
Yeah.
A little, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Never heard of a trumpet duet competition.
Okay.
You can have a trumpet duet, sure. But you don't compete as a duet in a competition.
Well, what about
Like
ice
that.
skating duets?
Have
Have you seen Yuri on Ice?
No.
Neither have I. But I think it's about ice skating.
It is.
And some other stuff.
I think I yield my time.
I'm intrigued to see if the person they get ambushed by in 30 is that same person from 29. Because it says they get ambushed, but it doesn't say by who.
Yeah, I don't think
whom?
I don't think it'll be the same person. But it's whoever is ambushing Yuga and Rook in 30. Man, they got some balls. They got a pair on them because these are literally the two curators and the two probably best rush duelists in the universe.
Shout out to Paris.
Yeah, so I'm interested to see who it is. I do want to turn the attention back to 28 though. 28 is obviously the next episode that we are getting.
Asana.
Clearly in the preview, Roman goes into this, berserk mode.
Right.
We've had many debates, Pete and I, and kind of all of us and people in the chat as well, on that mode that she goes into. Your thoughts on that mode? Your thoughts on, do you like it? Or are you kind of indifferent about it? Is it just is what it is? Or are you kind of disappointed?
I've become indifferent to it.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's at this point, it's a facet of her character. It's a facet of her dueling rather than some sort of ex machina, like, oh, it came to save the day for her. I think it's fine. I think it's just a part of it now.
So I agree with you. I think what's really important to me, after she beat Gakuto, she clearly didn't really remember what happened.
Right.
She didn't really have a memory of what went on. After she beat Arata, she seemed to remember what happened in that final turn.
She did, yeah.
And against Otis, she doesn't go into that mode, and she beats Otis.
Right.
So that's more important to me. Does she remember what happens when she goes into this mode? Because if she remembers, then I just kind of view it as symbolic adrenaline.
I do
she's
as well.
hyping herself up.
I think the first, I very much agree. I think I would attribute the misremember because the only time she misremembered was the first duel, right?
Against Gakuto.
When she didn't eat.
When she didn't eat. I think that one's specific to her being hungry. I think the others are like her. We don't know if this is her like berserk mode, but this doesn't mean she's hangry or like
she's
gonna
probably
be forgetful.
frustrated. That's
She's
what happened
frustrated.
against Arata.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I think the first one's sort of the anomaly of the rest.
Yeah, and I agree, and I hope that's the case because if she ends up beating Sushiko, and obviously we'll make our picks for the Pick'em League, you can submit your picks down below to the email in the description. If she beats Sushiko, hypothetically, and then she kind of again acts kind of like dumb, I guess, and doesn't remember what happened, then it's like, well, she won, but I understand. There's way more area there where it's like gray.
Mm-hmm.
But if she remembers, to me, it's just kind of a symbolic way that she's hyping herself up.
I agree.
And that's the key for me. Not necessarily that she goes into the mode or doesn't, but whether she remembers or doesn't remember.
Yes.
I'm not a fan of the berserk mode. And I just don't think it really fits her character. And like I just think like yes, we've seen it multiple times, but I feel like in every other way that she is, it's just not something to me that like fits the puzzle.
It's gig mode, bro.
What?
It's gig mode. You've never seen a musician get on stage and get hyped?
Have you ever seen Giga Bowser in Smash?
not what I was related.
Just yes or no.
Actually, it's yes or no.
Nick T, yes. I
Thank you.
understand what you're saying.
I'm going to take that as a yes to my question
Sure,
too,
Dylan.
so you can go.
And
I hope so.
I understand. It's like, it's like you can't in a sport for a sports reference, like you can't practice exactly what's going to happen in a game because when you're in a game, you're in a different mode. Your mindset is different. It doesn't matter. So maybe it's just a competitive nature of her to become overly aggressive and angry even though her personality is more like kind of not like more like laid back and kind of soft, it's not this aggressive over the top personality. So I get that, but to me it still doesn't like really click. And maybe it will if she goes berserk against the sushi waifu and then, uses chopsticks
Your words, not mine.
To take her out.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I mean, it's a very valid opinion. Pete, your thoughts on it?
I mean, my thoughts are pretty well documented on this channel, if you've been following.
He has
Yes,
no
we know.
idea what's going on.
So, it's, I don't think I need to reiterate them.
No.
However, I will say that, yeah, I think the point you made of the circumstances matter, and if it's done in a different way, where it's more of an emotional state and not her, like, not remembering some feeling of outside forces, then I'll see it differently. But until then, I think, as I've said before, I think it's a detriment to her character. I don't think there's any reason for it.
Yeah.
She's a good duelist as she is, and that's what I want to see her do.
Yeah, that's fair. Well, we're clearly
Agree.
split here,
Yes.
and that's
Well,
understandable.
I feel like Pete's like almost on the fence.
Well,
in the way that-
and again, I think it does come down to the point, and it's a factor for me as well.
Yeah, I
wouldn't
agree.
love it where she just, doesn't realize where she even is.
right, yeah, that's unnecessary.
Yeah, because then it's like, all right, well,
Is she really dueling then?
Yeah, so
But
like
the
I get
others,
it.
like,
And
yeah,
so that's why that
at
Roman
eyes,
Gakuto duel,
yeah.
I understand it. But she didn't really show any of that when she beat Arata, at least in my opinion.
She did not.
So hopefully we get away from that aspect of it. But otherwise, as the Berserk, I think it's an intensity that I enjoy seeing. So I don't mind it from that perspective. But we'll see. I mean, we're going to make our predictions on Romin Sushiko actually right now. So I'll text the group message.
Get it ready.
I have Kate's pick. Just for record, Pete is in first out of our group. Me and Nick T, I believe, are 2 behind Pete, and Caliber is 3, and Kate is 4 after the second arc. And you can play by submitting it down below.
Nick T's still trash.
Let me know when you're ready.
Excuse me, bro.
I got to get to our group message.
You didn't text in the group.
You didn't text it, so I guess I will just pull it up.
Thanks, Pete.
Should we do the one?
Just texted it.
Oh, we're doing that.
And again, we do it over text just so that we cannot change picks.
Yeah.
We should have done the one with DJ, just so he's like, what?
Yeah,
We gotta do that
What
one.
are you talking about?
All right.
Why do you guys text me?
Are you guys ready?
I'm ready.
Romin Sushiko.
Sushi
3,
waifu.
2, 1, go. Okay.
I like that.
I'll start with Kate's pick.
I feel boring,
Kate picked Roman.
I mean,
So Kate picked Roman. Who wants to go next?
I'll go.
Okay.
I will be joining Kate in the hashtag Roman Empire this week.
Roman Empire,
Hashtag.
baby.
And I think Roman is going to win. I think it is going to be great for her character to see her not only win another duel, but also triumph over another female duelist. Because like you said, there's not many like full on.
I think this is like our 8th girl versus girl duel in the history of the franchise.
So
Wow.
and I think her being a victor in a duel like that is big just for not only for the show itself, but just for her as a standalone character. It's big for her.
Yeah.
So, and I just don't see the sushi waifu coming in and slapping her around in her first duel.
Kate and Cal picked Roman. Will someone pick Sushiko or draw no result? Pete, you going with Sushiko, draw no result, or sticking with Roman?
No, I'm picking Roman. I think it's just pretty obvious that she's going to win, and we'll just see under the conditions. I feel worse for you because you're two girls. I mean, fighting it out here.
Listen.
I'm interested to see who you're going to pick.
No. Hold on. Let me get this straight. I like Roman a lot as a character.
Right.
The Sushiko girl,
You love her.
no, I don't love her. I think she has a very cool design.
Right. Aesthetically pleasing.
I think she's aesthetically pleasing.
Right.
In a-
aesthetically pleasing.
And a non...
Right.
No, but you make it weird.
Right.
It's not meant
That's
to be
what the
weird.
chat's saying. I'm just
Well, yeah, but
following
they-
what the
they're
chat is
making it
saying.
weird.
Don't shoot the messenger, bro. I got you.
I'm just portraying their thoughts live.
Listen,
That's all I'm doing.
you know, I'm gonna pick right now. I'm picking Roman. So all 4 of us.
How do you think
how's
your waifu gonna feel about that?
She's not my waifu.
Oh no,
I don't have.
He's gonna have a new waifu soon when Asana comes into the.
That's true.
So Sushiko is obviously a new character in the dueling world. She's gonna lose. She's just there for Roman to beat her, and it'll be a good win for Roman. It'll be Roman's 4th victory, 3rd focus win within 28 episodes. It will be the shortest amount of time a girl character got to 4 wins. And if Roman continues at this pace, she is going to break the record for most wins by a girl character in a Yu-Gi-Oh!
What's that record?
I think the record is, it's 7 or 8 1v1 wins. I think Aki has the most. But I will say this, if Roman wins this duel, this is crazy. And I think this is more of a, come on, Vrains, do better than, man, Aoi was not a good character. I liked Aoi a lot. I think most of us did. Aoi had 3 wins.
Yep.
She also just didn't duel that much.
And when she did duel, she dueled the main antagonists in duels that they were obviously going to win.
Yep.
So
you don't consider Haru one of the
Justice
the
for Haru.
main
Justice for Haru.
Justice for
Bowman. She dueled.
What about Bin Mu?
You can't even say it. You can't even say it. Prototype B.
Prototype B.
Yeah. What
Prototype
about
B, Vira, and Haru. All of the characters that Aoi Aizen beat only dueled once.
Yep.
Ooh.
How insane! Like Vrains, come on, you got to do a little better than that.
Better.
Man.
Yeah, do better.
I mean that, and Aoi was a good.
Well, that's why
character.
we're at where we're at.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you're right. That's why Scallop is not,
In the can.
Shinoshida's doing whatever. So Roman, 4th win in 28 episodes. Berserk or no Berserk, I think it's gonna happen. I'm picking Roman. Now, will Nick T stray from the course?
I hate to disappoint you guys. But yeah, I'm picking Roman, of course. I mean, like, as if there's any doubt.
All 5 of us are going with Roman. The last time all 5 of us picked the same character was when Mimi beat Yoshio. Oh, actually, no, that's right. We were all wrong. Yoshio beat Mimi.
That's right, yeah.
So why
I mean, I don't think I even have an explanation.
Hopefully Yoshio never duels again, because that's a guaranteed loss for me.
I know. It just
no matter which way the...
It just,
it.
I feel bad because if Yoshio dueled every time, I would just pick whatever you don't pick, and I'd be undefeated.
And that's
a good idea.
And I'd seem like this prodigy.
And a lot of people should use that strategy.
I'm gonna.
Now, Kel, let me ask you a question. Do you ever feel like sometimes when you watch a show, well, I like that Katy Perry reference. But do you ever feel like sometimes you watch a TV show and you get a connection to a character, and as hard as you try to run away and break it, you can't? And that's you and Yoshio, man.
No,
like, you gotta live with
this man
this.
picked Yoshio to beat Rook. I mean, I gotta remind you guys of that. We're not talking about Mimi, losing to Yoshio, but the result being the same.
We're not talking about this. We're not talking about this. We're talking about this.
To be fair, as the chat referenced about 2 minutes ago, you said obvious wins in Aoi going up against people. You picked her to beat Bowman.
Yep.
Just remember that for the audience.
Swinging a miss.
Did I?
Yes, you did.
I know you did.
No, I did not.
Hold
you
on.
Did.
No,
I
was
did.
not alone in that
Yes,
pick.
You picked her, though.
But I was not alone. I think everyone except Calibro picked her.
No, I picked Bowman.
Now I don't know. Let's have to review that.
I was definitely not alone in
We
that
have it on
pick.
tape.
Well, yeah, we have it on tape. It's in the Talking Yu-Gi-Oh! Into the Vrains podcast. We'll go back and take a look at it.
It definitely wasn't me.
Now I don't know.
The only egregious
that was an emotional pick.
I will call
That was an
myself
emotional
out. The
pick.
only egregious pick I ever made in that last run of season 2 was I picked Kusanagi against Yusaka.
That was
right. But you totally picked Blue Maiden.
I think I did.
You picked Aoi against
I
Bowman.
picked with my heart. Is there something wrong with that?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
When you're doing statistics and you're trying to win. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was.
Who won? Who won that Vrains pick? I think it was me.
It was me.
I think we tied.
We did.
But I also got away with picking Blue Maiden, and I still tied you, bro.
Yeah, and I also got picked away with picking Yoshio, and I'm only 1 duel behind you. So
that's true. That's bad. Well, that's the duel.
How many ahead is Pete?
Pete's 2 ahead of me and you.
Oh,
You were neck and neck with Pete, and then you had a bad end of that arc.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, you decided to go against the norm.
You picked Team
I
Otis,
know,
and then
I
you picked Yuga.
Something happened like basically to the top, like echelon, like of people, right? Like, we're living large up here, right? And your passport, like, it was expired, and we had to kick you down.
Yeah, I need to renew the passport. I need to renew. I'm in the
I
process.
actually
Don't worry.
I actually have to renew.
I'm going to the post office, getting my picture taken again.
Listen, let's go
We're
back.
living large.
Let's go back to the donations if we have any.
Sure.
Those are our picks. All 5 of us are picking Roman. Make sure you enter your pick down below. The winner will win a PlayStation 5 or an Xbox One X. Massive prize. The only way we can give away a prize like that is because of the generosity that you guys show me on a weekly basis. So thank you again for all your support.
Series X?
I'm not a Microsoft guy.
Neither am I.
It is. No, it is. It is. It is.
Neither am I. Pete, do you remember when one person at this table sold his PS3 to buy the new Xbox?
Remember when he didn't tell us?
It wasn't
and then
me.
just did it anyway?
Was it Nick T?
I don't know. I'm having trouble remembering.
No, it wasn't Nick T. Was it you?
Nah, it definitely isn't me.
So it was the other one.
Okay.
But didn't one of us have both the
I have 2 PS4s.
Xbox and PS4?
Remember, you got the
Pete did.
For a long time. I do have both.
Well, your brother had one.
I do have both systems, but for a long time you did not have any PlayStation product.
Yeah.
You abandoned us.
Well, because I sold the PS3 to buy the Xbox One, and then I got a PS4.
How much after?
Probably within a year.
Within a year.
Actually,
that's what we meant.
8 months of no gaming with Calibro.
Wow.
Yeah,
that was the most
it put a strain on a relationship.
That was the most difficult 8 months of my
probably
life. I had to cut
enjoyed
him out
that.
of my life for it because
Oh, that's what it was.
It was very upsetting.
That's why we absolutely destroyed his house and mine.
Yes, that's right. You were correct, Hexadecimal. I did actually do that as well.
And then we did a bunch of other things.
I picked. Remember down the line in Vrains, there was that Blood Shepherd and Ghost Girl versus Robopi duel. I picked them to beat Robopi because I mean at that that I don't see as an egregious pick because I mean what was Robopi?
To me, that's on the same level as Blue Maiden Bowman.
That's a lot.
If you're gonna rip me for that,
you're out of your mind if you think that's on the same level.
Robopi was obviously gonna win.
Are you kidding? Okay, let me ask you a question. Yeah. Was Robopi the main antagonist of the final arc?
She was the second most.
Was she the main antagonist?
She was the second right-hand
Was
man.
she the main antagonist?
No.
No. Was Bowman the main antagonist? Was Bowman going against a character that had lost to everyone?
I view Lightning as the main antagonist.
You're a liar.
I don't view Bowman. I'm sorry.
Who was Yusaku dueling at the end of season 2?
He was dueling Bowman,
right,
so it was unique because he wasn't the main antagonist. It was cool. It was a cool twist.
With all the Ignis formed together, in an effort to destroy which character?
Whose plan? Who's playing?
Right, but who did they join into? Who did Lightning also join into?
Bowman was created by Lightning.
But who got absorbed?
Without Lightning, Bowman is not a thing.
That's like saying the guy that created all the androids in Dragon Ball Z is a bigger antagonist than
Dr. Gero. He's a bigger antagonist than Cell is. That's what you're telling me.
Androids, you said. There's one Bowman.
It doesn't matter.
And I think it
no, because Haru was the first version of Bowman.
I haven't watched Dragon Ball. I can't make the comparison.
Pete, there we go, dude.
We got him. Pete, we got him.
I'm not gonna let this slide.
Pete, we got him.
All right.
Lightning was the main villain of the show.
You made an atrocious pick. Just own it. Just own it.
Listen, I already said I picked with my heart, but I think that's a pretty bad pick too.
Get out of here.
Robopi, freaking Blood Shepherd.
What was Robopi at that point?
The second most important antagonist.
Never dueled a single time.
Which was all the reason she was going to get a debut duel win.
Oh, come on. And how much farther did Robopi go in the show?
Oh, she died. The Soul Burner.
Okay, that's what I want to hear. And if you want to argue semantics, there was only able to duel and beat Emma and Blood Shepherd because she was completely reprogrammed by I.
Right.
So let's just think about that.
Oh no, I agree, but I think that is all more the reason to pick Robopi. So I think we're saying the same thing. At the end of the day.
Next donation.
At the end of the day.
Solid Snack donated $5 Canadian. It said, hype for training arc. Do you guys think there will be a new method learned here? Is there a minor character that you want to become a main character?
Yeah, great question, Solid Snack. Thank you for the donation.
Nick Yagi, baby.
Woo!
I hope he duels and he gets killed off.
No,
you know who I would like?
He's Crocodile Cook's son, so.
I think is close to already becoming a main character, but isn't one yet. I would say is Roa. I would like to see more Roa.
Yeah, see more Roa.
Yeah,
because,
more
like,
Roa.
He is like obviously during the duel in 26, like they kind of show back to him a couple times. He's watching from his window. He can see like the whole Goha building right there. I just like that's it, you know. That's all he really does. He like kind of laughs. He's like, haha, like Yuga, like good job, whatever, and he's sitting there. But you know, just having him come in a little bit more now and then, maybe he has a bigger part in like the tournament arc. Say like maybe he meets up and he duels one of the main crew, you know, like something like that. Like that would be cool.
It would be. I think that Menzaburo. I just have a feeling Menzaburo might become an important character in all this. I think he already is.
Yeah.
One of the most outside.
Again,
of the
he was
main
one of
group.
the first character designs we saw.
Yeah.
I would have loved that. I mean, like, is he a little goofy? Absolutely, but I like him.
Yeah, his duels are always pretty interesting.
Yeah.
And when we circle back to the aliens, he'll be the main character.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
He'll betray.
He'll
fight with the
he'll
aliens.
No,
be
he's
the
gonna-
ambassador for
Yes.
Earth.
Yep. Exactly what I was going to say.
There you go.
Yeah, that's how we get the aliens
Think about
on
the
our side.
ramen people. Who better than a ramen expert? Come on.
Yep.
You're
And
right.
He
It's
gets them
writ-
on
as
our.
they say, it's written in the stars. There you go.
I think Tiny Tempa said that. Yeah.
A million miles away.
Sora, I'm hyped for the training arc too, man. Thank you for the donation.
The next one is Dylan the Curly. I won't say the rest. Donated $5.
Thank
and
you,
said
Dylan.
8 episodes in, and I see that Sevens took inspiration from Doki Doki Ouya-san. I
Mhm.
believe is how you say
You
it.
know the show.
I guess
do
now I can really get into the show.
Yeah, that's cool, man.
I don't
awesome.
understand that reference or what it is, but I trust
Doki.
that you know what you're talking
Doki
about.
Doki Literature Club, isn't that the name of the anime?
Maybe.
Yeah, I don't know it, Dylan, but thank you for the donation. I'm happy you're enjoying it. 8 episodes in. I think it just gets better. Honestly, I think it gets really better around episode 10 when that rush duel, like Heaven's Hell starts with Ushido and Rook. So I think you're in for a treat, man. And I liked Maximum more than the intro arc. To me, there were just higher highs in the Maximum arc than the first arc.
I want you to say the whole name of Roa's band member.
Omaino Ushido?
Yeah, but I want you to say it with passion.
Omaino Ushidora.
There you go.
Very nice. That was good.
Thank you.
good. I
I've
like
been
that.
practicing my Japanese.
Jack Knight 21 donated $5
Thank you, Jack.
and said, "Hey guys,
Oh.
there's an LCS this weekend using Dinosaur. Also, I wonder if this new group will bring fusion summoning to the game."
Yugo. Yeah, you know, Jack, I actually was going to say to Sora when he asked just recently if they're going to learn a new method. What's interesting is when Rook had the mats on the table, there was an extra deck zone on the mat. We know there's extra decks in Rush Duels. We just have not seen any yet. Training arc, this is a good time to kind of hone your abilities. Maximum is gone. I think Fusion is coming.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I think
Let's
Fusion.
go.
Anything's
dude.
a possibility, man.
Dragon Master Knight. Let's bring it back.
Also, would not be surprised though if this show didn't do any of our old summoning methods.
They had a
from-
new, entirely
and everything's
new,
just new just for this.
that'd be really
Wouldn't
cool.
be surprised.
Really cool.
Alan,
Thank you, Jack. And good luck at LC5, LCS.
yes, absolutely. Alan Wilkinson
Hell yeah.
donated £5 and said, "Wonder if or when Rush Duels start getting spell monsters and go full super robot monkey team with the maximums. Oh, and there's the field slot too.
Oh, here we go.
Riff,
Here
riff,
we
bro.
go. Let's riff.
I'm going to riff. Alan, thank you for the donation.
Let's go Steve Jobs, baby.
So I think it's very interesting with maximums, right? Maximums is a very big, important part of the show.
Sure.
Of Yu-Gi-Oh! 7s, of Rush Dueling. Makes it very unique from the main game. Everyone's going to want a maximum.
Right, of course.
But we're at a point right now where maximum is not possible. Yuga does not have the materials necessary to maximum summon.
Nope.
Neil is out of the show right now
Yeah,
in
he's
terms
done,
of
bro.
dueling.
He's
so
done.
I don't know if we're going to see maximum anytime soon, to be honest.
I agree with you.
Yeah. Just my thoughts.
And
Yeah.
I also think the way we have to make Maximo cards right now is so difficult that kind of writes itself out of the show.
Agreed.
That's where I'm at.
Well, Alan, thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Next dono is Danger Charizard, who
Heck
donated
yeah.
$10 and said, "I got a prediction on a summoning method after the extra deck summons get introduced. Max Fusion, Max XZs, and Max Synchros, the final boss far down the road. We'll pull a Zark, and we'll have all 3 in one Max."
I love it. I love
Love
it.
it.
And that's a play on, obviously, the more traditional methods, but it makes it new.
Yes.
And that's exactly what you just said, Pete. I love that Danger Charizard. First
Yeah.
of all, thank you for the $10 donation. That is
Very
a huge
nice.
donation. So thank you so much, man. That is a really cool idea. I really like it. Max Fusion, Max XZs, Max... Yeah, you can do anything. Synchro. I love the idea. And will they play completely off of the maximum, or will they kind of branch away from the maximum when they do their extra deck utilizations? It's an interesting concept. But Danger Charizard, I see you in the chat. Big heart. Thank you, Danger.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, man. That was a good insight.
That was a really good
Yeah,
insight.
really like that. I think it's totally plausible. I'll skip a couple link donations for now just to keep going. Goose donated $5. Now, Dill, I'm going to challenge you here.
Whoa.
Challenge
You ready?
you,
I'm going to challenge him.
Yeah.
This is something Goose says every week. And I
Yeah.
want you to guess. I want you to say exactly what it is because it's the same way he says it every time. I want to test how good you remember.
Wow.
Let's see what you got. It's the same way he says his message every time.
Sending kindness and positive vibes to everyone.
Okay.
Keep it PG. Positively Goose.
There you go.
Word for word.
You switch the vibes and the kindness part, but it still works.
Okay. Okay.
There you
That was
go.
good. I pay attention.
Yeah. Nailed it.
Goose. Thank you so
Goose.
much, man. Right back to you,
Hell
man.
yeah.
Keep it PG.
I don't know, and I apologize from the pronunciation, and I don't recognize you. This is Blake Elgenbrecht, I want to say it is. Engelbrecht.
Nice.
Blake?
He donated, let's see, 1, 2, 3 times. No messages every time, just kind of like little emojis that did like thumbs
Oh,
up.
Yeah.
that's very
Donated
nice.
$3, $3, and $10.
Oh, my
Oh,
God.
No
wow.
messages on any of them.
Blake.
Yes.
Blake. I don't recognize the name. Blake, thank you so much for the donations, dude. And
Remember the name.
I no message to go off of, but I hope you're having a great night, man. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being a part of the community, for being a part of Sevens Up, even if you're mostly just watching in the background. And to anyone that just watches in the background or listens after to the VODs, know that I am so thankful for you being here and making Talking Yu-Gi-Oh! Sevens Up something that we can do on a weekly basis. But Blake, thank you so much, man. Thumbs up right back to you. I hope you have a great night, great rest of your week.
No,
Thank you, Blake.
I like the little emoji. It's
Yeah,
cool.
gonna
yeah.
have
And it
to
was
go-
like
I'm gonna
moving.
have to go
It
back
moved.
and
He was
look.
like this like little blue monster
Yeah,
guy
I think it
going.
was like a sticker that you can do.
Yeah, I think it was like a sticker.
I
It
got to
was
go back and
awesome.
look at that. Blake, that's
Thump
awesome,
up,
man.
he
And-
says.
And 16. Thank you so much, man.
Electric Kevin donated $5 Australian and said, it's about time Yu-Gi-Oh! Finally has a better lead female than Pokemon. Also, after Pokemon's episode tomorrow, they're taking a whole month break, R.I.P.
Ooh.
Who said that?
Electric Kevin.
Yeah, Kevin is a big fan of Pokemon. Yeah, I mean, he's a huge fan of Pokemon, so for him to say that he feels Yu-Gi-Oh! Has a better girl lead than Pokemon,
Saying a lot.
Yeah, it does say a lot. I can't compare the shows because I have not seen the current Pokemon or Pokemon in a while.
Yes.
So I can't make the comparison, but yeah, I like Roman a lot. And if Asana Rokuyo, isn't it fitting that on the 1000th episode of Yu-Gi-Oh! We are getting a girl versus girl duel, Roman potentially being the quickest girl to reach 4 wins in the history of Yu-Gi-Oh! And the introduction of potentially our first girl main antagonist. Good job, Studio Bridge. Good job.
Good job.
Yeah, good job.
Great job.
I like the direction it's going.
Very
Yes.
nice.
Very nice.
We have, I don't recognize this name either. This is Nick, what? Schoenher?
Shoner.
Oh, we have a
Schoner?
lot of first times.
Schoner.
First
Nick
timers.
Schoner.
Nick,
That's why I have Cal back.
You're good with your German, man.
Donated $5.
Thank
and
you,
said,
Nick.
what if Mr. Goha is Asana, but with a voice changer, not a voice recorder?
Yo,
like the dog girl that did in Zexel, that this is his barrel and have the dog dueled.
Dude,
Which
cannot
obviously I
believe-
don't know the
cannot believe
Zexel
I didn't
reference.
think of that
Yeah.
theory, dude. I love that
New
theory.
video coming next week.
Obviously. Well, you know what? Is it really, though, a crack theory? Because the verbiage is the same.
Could be. How crazy would that be?
Holy
It's honestly
You just
not
blew
a
his
crack
mind.
theory
Dude,
at
that-
Good job, Nick.
all.
that most. I mean, I don't get me wrong. I love theories, but like that one just kind of blew my mind.
Yeah,
and not only that, I can see it.
I
It
can
could
see
work.
happening
Yeah.
too. And the hint would be that the wordage was identical
love that he keeps
to
saying
Asana's
wordage.
debut.
Wait, so I gotta
The
ask,
verbiage.
what is this Zexel reference here of the dog? What the hell happened in that show?
Yeah,
What-
I don't remember exactly what he's
The
referring
girl
to.
with the electric
like
dog.
the dog girl did
Yeah,
in Zexel, then that his is the barrel and have the dog dueled.
Ice Aiden said she was more of a side character.
yeah. No, she was like a one-off. I'm pretty sure. And Zexel, like the a lot of girl duelists, not girl duelists, but a lot of duelists in general that are weird, were one-off duelists.
Mm.
Yeah, so I
I'm
don't
seeing
remember that well.
Versus Dog duel.
I
be
remember
specific.
Kathy.
Kathy versus Pip.
Yeah, I vaguely remember. Just someone that dressed up as a dog.
Who pretended to be a dog. Okay.
Yeah, and Kathy pretended to be a cat.
I think that's a very
Kathy. I see what they did
cool
there.
theory, though.
I love it.
I like that a lot.
Could you imagine if the figurehead and Goha is run
Like an 11-year-old.
by like an 11-year-old girl?
Yeah,
in a Yu-Gi-Oh show?
I mean, it
that'd
could
be
work.
Crazy.
It could
I could see
definitely
it.
work, but it's something that I never thought Yu-Gi-Oh would do.
You know what that reminds me of?
What?
You
What?
would get this.
Okay.
Maybe Nick T. I don't know. Dylan wouldn't. the Family Guy episode when they said all amusement parks are run by kids standing on each other's shoulders in trench coats.
Of course, of course, of course.
That would be pretty funny.
That's
it would explain the extensive outfit.
Right?
All three kids are actually...
See, I was of the mind that when I first read that, I thought he was going to go in the direction of Mr. Goha's her dad.
Yeah.
That's where I thought it was going to go in that direction.
Could be.
Never know.
Could be. We don't know Mr. Goha's real name. Could be Rokuyo.
True.
James Rokuyo, you know? But Nick, thank you, man. We have a lot of
why not?
We have a lot of first-time donators.
Yeah, it's really cool.
And I apologize if you've donated or been here.
I apologize
too.
don't
recognize. But
I'm usually
pretty good.
Yeah, I don't recognize. But thank you so much, man. Thank you, Nick. That was good. And Blake, thank you to you as well. Thank you guys so much.
All right, Dill, you want to keep going, or do you have more to?
I guess we'll keep going.
Keep
it rolling.
They just keep coming.
Yeah.
Mr. Goha donated $2 Canadian. Said theory. So.
Love it.
So I didn't see this beforehand.
Yeah,
I swear.
this is
So Asanya equals Mr. Goha's daughter, also time theory Saturday. So the timeline theory, I assume, is what's being referenced.
Yeah, I'll get
course.
into that a little at the end.
Yeah.
But, Cammy, I love the theory.
I really didn't read that beforehand.
I believe you.
So
wait,
that's
timeline
funny.
theory on Saturday?
Who knows?
Do you see it, bro?
Bum, bum,
yeah.
bum.
I'm impressed.
When I say that
You've been
2020
gone a long
has some
time, bro.
unexpected stuff,
You
this
know,
is the biggest one.
I was gone for a while. I didn't think it was that long.
Yeah, well, it's been a long.
What is it? 2023?
Yeah, you've been in a coma, dude.
Jesus Christ,
long
I can't
time.
do this anymore.
Sorry, my luck will turn.
We
around.
were in sync for a second, by the way.
I know.
God.
That's good. Yeah, so that's something that maybe a few of you will look forward to.
What'd you say?
Pete, next
It's
one.
all right.
Next
My
dono?
luck will
Yeah,
turn around.
next dono.
Nice, dude.
Alan Wilkinson donated £2.
Thank you,
Said,
Alan.
Bet Rook sucks at chess.
That had to be in reference to me saying Rook becomes the king.
Yeah.
Wait, oh my...
I
probably
also
does
think
suck
it's.
at
I
chess.
think people just want him to suck at something.
Yeah.
And so it's just that also fits.
That's
there as
really
well.
funny. I have to play off of that for a second.
But it's also plays off the joke that Rook
right.
in chess.
Right, of
so
course.
like, there's a lot of.
It'd be
Rook's a
ironic.
pretty
Lot of
good
stuff
piece
under
in
there.
chess.
Yeah, it is. I've been watching, and I still have to finish. I've been on the last episode forever. The Queen's Gambit on Netflix.
I haven't watched it.
Fantastic
I heard it's great.
show.
Yeah,
It's
I've
so
heard.
good. But I saw a tweet then that week while I was watching it. Someone said the FML, the orphan that I adopted, sucks at chess, and it's like, holy shit. Wow. So like, and just like this is Rook. Rook's the orphan you adopt that actually sucks at chess when you're hoping they're going to be really good and make you a lot of money.
Next
Yeah,
dono.
I remember you showed me that one. I actually thought it was pretty funny. Mr. Goha donated $5 Canadian. And
Thank
said,
you.
Do you think we're going to have an announcement of Sound Duel 1 and a new opening tomorrow?
No. As much as I'd like it, I'm just of the belief that if the opening is changing, Cammy, they're going to give us a heads up. So I don't believe we have a new opening tomorrow.
I think it'd be better to just surprise you.
It would be better, but they've never done that before. I don't have a reason to think that they would do it
it's
now.
a new-
It's a new studio, but I don't know. It'd be very
different.
yeah.
It'd be very interesting.
It'd be very
But this-
yeah.
The studio and show has done different things. So you never know.
Yeah, you're right.
You really never know.
Different strokes for different folks.
I mean, hey, that summary you just read, you didn't think would drop when it did.
I didn't.
Right,
And I
so-
didn't think we'd have a
Mhm.
trumpet duet, which I'm very excited about, by the way.
15
Are we sure
donated
it's just not
$2.
just a rush duel?
It's a trumpet duet. 15, thank you so much.
Donated $2 and said, a live stream. Glad to see you guys.
15,
Hell
I
yeah.
thanked you in the very beginning as someone who not only
Glad to
donated to
see
me
you.
last week, but you also became a platinum tier patron. Wanted to thank you live for that. 15, thank you so much for supporting me on there. I really do appreciate it. Much love, man. I hope
Also
you have a
kinda
great
gave
night.
like
And
a-
thank
Like
you
a
for
winking
donating.
emoji
I
to
love
it.
that.
you know?
I love it.
I think
love it.
15 also followed me on Instagram. Unless there's another person called 15 spelt the same way. I think 15
That
followed me on Instagram.
Would be highly unlikely.
Cool
It would
announcement
be,
as we
but
as we read the
wait.
rest of these donations. This Friday night, our second annual Gingerbread House competition.
Yes.
Obviously, we did the pumpkin carving competition not that long ago. And Gingerbread House, it's that time of year again. So this Friday night around 7:30 p.m. Eastern time, we will all be having gingerbread kits. It'll be the four of us, potentially Kate, and yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. So come by Friday night. Hope to see you there.
Came
Hell
for the
yeah.
record meant not even tomorrow, Jump Festa. That's what.
Yeah, so we will be live for Jump Festa.
But like saying the sound duel and the could it be there?
Oh, it could be. That's more likely, Cammy. Definitely. I apologize. I misread the question. Yeah, it's more likely, but something like that, I don't think they would do at Jump Festa. I think that's more of like a V-Jump kind of thing, but who knows? Also, now that the new arc has started, it makes me think that it's probably not going to change for like 10 more episodes.
Probably not.
Probably.
But hey, you never know.
You never know.
Goose donated $10.
Goose.
And
Thank
said,
you, man.
"Welcome back, Cal." The hyperbolic time chamber. There's that Dragon Ball Z reference. Did wonders for you. The female Merrick has a great potential. Mr. Goha speaking is great. Rook the pimp. See, there you go.
Yep, there we go.
And a trumpet off. Chairs and trumpet battling. This is Sevens.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the way.
What else can he say? And maybe for the Jump Festa hangout, Goose definitely would have probably been there. One
Yeah.
of a few people
It
that
was a
definitely would have
normal
been there.
world.
It's not a normal world. 2021, we'll all be together for it. But yeah, Goose, thank you for the very kind donation, man. I really appreciate it. Hope you have a great night. Keep it PG. This is Sevens, Positively Goose.
Exactly. You guys are killing me here. It's hard to keep up with y'all. XSlayer64 donated $5. Said,
Jeez.
who else is ready for Spider-Man 3 next year? Really big hype for this to be good. So a little different than our
That's you guys.
Yu-Gi-Oh chat.
Me. I'm
Thank
excited.
you,
So
Excellent.
I'll let Caliber riff for a minute.
No, I'm just excited. I actually am very curious to hear your thoughts, Pete.
My thought.
Spider-Man 3. Because did you see?
I did.
It got really?
I
No, it
tweeted
didn't.
it
No, it
yesterday.
didn't.
Did
I
Nick T,
probably
did you see?
No, I
tweeted
didn't
an
see.
obscure reference that no one would get.
Maybe not. I didn't actually see your tweet.
It's okay.
Maybe
no,
I did. I don't
no
know.
one does.
Oh,
But they're bringing back the other Spider-Man.
What? Oh.
So I'll be in this movie.
So for
yeah,
a while, there's been a rumor going around about could they do a live-action Spider-Verse? It was unclear. It seemed like it could be a possibility. Jamie Foxx wrote out an Instagram post about a couple months ago about it and then deleted it like immediately after about 3 Spider-Men teaming up, which would be Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield and Tom Holland, who's the current one.
Great.
Then shortly after that, or right before that, Jamie Foxx was announced to return as Electro.
Can we not?
Which is the character he played in Amazing Spider-Man 2, which was a whole different universe.
Yeah.
So from 2014. So that was the first sign of like, could there be a Spider-Verse thing here? And then yesterday it was announced that Alfred Molina, who played Dr. Octopus in Spider-Man 2 with Tobey Maguire in 2004, is returning.
Yes.
Which is 10 years before that.
Yep.
And so, what'd you say?
What?
What'd you say?
I hope they might pick that up.
I said Dr. Octopus.
Oh, God. But now seems that that's the world they're doing. They haven't confirmed that all 3 Spider-Men will be together, but I say it's pretty likely.
Oh, wait. Oh, Electro brings up a good point, and I hope if that's possible, that all they said was J. Jonah Jameson, but that makes me think I hope that J.K. Simmons reprises his role.
Right. J. Jonah Jameson, J.K. Simmons did come back at the end of Spider-Man Far
but
From
that was
Home in the extra credit scene.
Right.
That doesn't confirm that there's a Spider-Verse because that seems like it's a different version of that character, very Alex Jones-like is kind of the way they set him up instead of the old Daily Bugle kind of thing. But yeah, bringing him back I think was a nice homage, and he's really the only one who can fit that character in my mind.
Yeah.
All this news, you could easily recast these people to play these villains. So to do this, I feel like you're bringing everybody back.
Yeah, that'd be crazy. I'm not looking forward to seeing Electro again.
I was not a gigantic fan of Jamie Foxx's Electro. However, maybe that had to do a lot with the writing, and maybe it would be a little different.
To be determined, yeah. I think it could be really cool. I think everyone kind of brought a unique flair to their Spider-Men.
If I had to do it, I form a Sinister Six, which is kind of what they seem to be doing.
Yes.
But I would go full on in that, and I do 2 villains from each universe. So you have Doc Ock. I figure out how to bring back William Dafoe as Green Goblin. And then in Amazing Spider-Man, you could grab Doc Connors the Lizard from the first one, and then you already have Vultures in prison. Just say Mysterio didn't die, because I don't think he really died anyway. And add those 6 together. I think it'd be pretty awesome.
That would be actually pretty easy to do.
And then you have 6 of them go against the 3 Spider-Men. I think it'd be pretty cool.
That sounds like a good movie.
That's how I do.
Pete, why aren't we paying Pete the big bucks for writing in Hollywood?
Right.
Pay him the big
A
bucks.
lot of reasons.
No, 0 reasons.
But yeah, that is what.
The only one I can think of is
My
Pete's
thoughts
not
on
in
that.
Hollywood.
Yeah, that
That's
was
the
it.
only reason I got.
Jill,
Slayer, thank you.
You have any
Yes.
thoughts on this?
I don't actually. No.
That's
You
okay.
would be excited to watch any of this?
Yeah, I'm excited for the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you be excited to see Doc Ock return? Do you remember the 2004 Spider-Man?
No, I
do.
don't. So that's
Yeah,
why,
cool, very
but
well.
But it would be cool.
I think it'd be very cool.
So
Yeah.
Pete,
Yes.
will you go see it with me in Spider-Man morph suits together?
Yeah, done.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Hell yeah.
Getting back to donos. Dylan donated $2 and said, "It's time to to customize my genitals in Cyberpunk."
That's
Did
the
you
thing.
hear about this?
That's
You can actually customize your genitals in Cyberpunk. It's a real thing.
No, I know. It's pretty nuts.
Yeah, there's a lot of things you can do. That was good. I don't think you even meant that. I don't even think you meant that.
I did not mean that.
Nice, still. That was clever.
There was a great meme. There was a great meme that I saw.
Thing.
That's actually funny. But there was a great meme I saw. I forgive the crudeness of it, but it was like your mom coming to check in on like what you're doing, and it was this kid playing Cyberpunk, and he's like me customizing my 19-inch penis. And the kid, I thought it was hilarious.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
It's something. It's something.
Yeah, definitely.
The Nerds, which I don't recognize that as well,
I don't.
donated $4.
Thank you,
said,
Nerds.
How would you rank the Joey Wheelers of each season?
Great question. So what's funny is Nick T used to be part of a group called the Nerds back in high school.
Oh, they
So
were going
did
to say the
you.
Joey Wheelers.
No.
Yeah, no, the D in Nerds is Dylan.
Stood for Dan. So
No.
it was Nick
No,
T,
the S
Etienne,
in
Ryan,
Nerds.
Dan, and
and Splendo.
Splendo.
Keep trying
right.
to get out of that one.
Exactly. Okay. There's
No,
5
Dylan.
people.
Yeah, Dylan was D.
No.
S was Splendo for Dan Splendorio.
You're-
The only other Dan in the friend group.
Unfortunately, you're
Name drop.
not right.
Yeah,
But
we're just
anyway,
straight up
Nick
name
T was
dropping.
part of the
They
Nerds.
can't spell it.
So
It's true.
So Nerds, thank you for the donation. Yeah, if I had to rank the Joey Wheelers, Joey Wheeler would still probably be my favorite. It's just ranking the best friend characters. And, there's kind of a lot of like, who is the best friend character in GX? I guess it's Cyrus.
Soulburn.
Definitely not. him.
Exactly. And then, yeah, I guess Soulburner and Brains. Obviously, Rook and, yeah. I don't know how I would rank them, but I think Joey Wheeler is
Would
still
it be
my favorite.
Soulburner over Kusanagi?
Right. Some people would say it should be Kusanagi,
Right.
but did Kusanagi duel?
Yes.
But Soulburner also wasn't once. But Soulburner also wasn't around that much. So maybe it is
Right?
Kusanagi. Yeah.
Or
You
is
know,
it just I?
not every
Wow.
show has a Joey character, in my opinion.
Wow.
Yeah.
Where would you rank Patrick Starr among Joey Wheelers?
Probably like 8th.
Okay.
Out of 20th. Yeah. Thank you,
But
nerd.
to that question,
Yeah.
what is your favorite season in Duel Monsters of Joey Wheeler?
Oh,
What's
maybe
his
that's
best season?
Yeah, that could have been what Nerds was asking. Definitely Battle City Wheeler. I thought Battle City Joey was great. He had developed to a legitimate duelist at the time, got big wins against really all the characters that Yugi beat in the first season, and really did amazing in Battle City. Brave performance against Merrick.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, one of my favorite duels.
Jonucci down.
Please
Spoilers.
survive this, Joey. Jonucci dies. No, that's the title of the episode.
No, I know.
Yeah, so you can watch it.
I mean, he put up a good fight, but Merrick is Merrick, and that's
That's like when Shun was in Arc 5. He was dueling in a pretty intense duel, and the spoilers came out for the next episode, and it was just titled "The Falcon Perishes on the Battlefield." Well, all right. I guess that says what all it needs to. And I love when episode titles just give it away.
Yep.
But thank you for the donation.
Thank you, nerds.
Thank you.
Nicholas Horton donated £5 and said Doki Doki Literature Club is an online visual novel game for mature players.
See, I like that. That was very eloquently said.
It's
Yeah.
weird that Nick T
That
was
delivery
the one
was
who came
great.
up with that right away.
Yeah, he knew what it was.
What?
He knew what Doki
He knew.
Doki meant.
No, because I read the.
Mm-hmm.
No, because the other one didn't say.
You've read the
Literature Club.
instructions to the game
Dylan
before.
said literature
club.
before.
No,
Oh,
it was-
Dylan.
no, it was
said
Nick
Yes.
saying.
No, Dylan.
We'll,
was
we'll
like-
check the VOD later. We'll check
was
the VOD.
definitely
Check the
Nick
VOD. Check the
definitely
VOD.
Nick.
Check the VOD. The
Nick-
truth lies in the VOD.
I didn't know what it
actually-
meant. Thank you, Nicholas, for it.
You're like, I don't know what that was, but I've heard of Doki Doki
But
Literature Club.
Dylan just screams to try to make his point. I don't know what it meant.
Thank you, Nicholas.
Electra Kevin donated $5 Australian and
Thank you,
said,
Kev.
minus the female of every core 4 in a Yu-Gi-Oh series, which trio in Yu-Gi-Oh is your fave? My fave is either the original Duel Monsters trio or the Zexal trio.
Yeah, mine's probably the 5Ds trio. Well, yeah, probably the 5Ds trio. I mean,
You're that meme.
the Duel Monsters trio is good as well. GX, Zexa was not bad. If the trio is Kaito and Shark, but if the trio is, people from the Numbers Club.
Wait, who makes up the duel monsters? I mean, we've got Yugi, Joey, and who's number 3?
I guess some people might put Yugi, Joey, and Kaiba. But
You want to put Honda in there?
I guess it would be Yugi, Joey if you were talking friends.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're
but if
the
you're talking
core.
duel, yeah.
The core.
Part of the core.
He's there for emotional support, man.
Yeah, he's a terrible duelist.
I don't know.
Hey.
It's just the truth. All he does is pines after Joey's sister.
Well.
Am I wrong?
You're not wrong.
Thank you.
You're not wrong. Someone had to say it. I'm glad it wasn't me.
And I'm glad it was Nick T.
I'm glad it was Nick T.
Otis Cunningham donated $5.
Thank you, Otis.
And said, really enjoy the streams, guys. Work was fun. Had a guy yell fake news when I gave him hand sanitizer to him today. You guys are a stress reliever. LOL.
Yeah. Wow.
Well, Otis.
I'm there with you,
God
buddy.
bless you.
I get your pain, Otis, and stay happy and healthy as much as you can. You just got to laugh off those moments, honestly, because people are crazy.
Well, Otis, I have a little bit of a fun fact for you. If all things were normal and it actually was fake news, we, as in the core 4, would be down in Florida right now.
Yeah.
Well, I still wouldn't have been.
Oh, okay.
Nick
not
T,
Nick T,
minus
not
Nick T.
Yeah.
Well, the core 4 is actually Kate. You're just
Wow.
or in this case, the
Someone
core.
had to say
Or in this case, the core is us and Kate, and you're the female in this case that we cut out of this hypothetical.
Oh, okay.
I like
Yeah.
that. I like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
but
so
we would be
we were-
gracefully accepting that hand sanitizer.
we were planning to go down around this time. We would have actually probably been there.
Yeah, we could have met. We literally were planning on like asking you of like, hey, if Otis has free time, would you want to meet?
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
But that didn't happen.
Otis, just laugh it off, man.
2021.
I am
Yeah.
happy that this podcast, this Talking Yu-Gi-Oh podcast, is a stress reliever. It really means a lot to
We
us.
would've vlogged
And thank you for
soon.
the donation, and I hope work besides that is going pretty well. Yeah, tough right now to work.
That would
in
have been a cool
environment.
vlog going to
I would've vlogged
going
that.
to Disney.
That would have been awesome.
Yeah.
It would have been great.
Meeting Otis.
Yeah, I mean, that would have been the whole video.
Then you have that guy just screaming at us in the background.
Fake news.
Dill, an old friend, has returned. It's
who dat?
anonymous anime lover.
Oh,
Wow.
anonymous. Come on, anonymous.
And before I read this, she said people were asking like, "Hey, how have you been?" She said she's not feeling well right now, so I said to feel better out there. So
Yes, I hope you
feel
I hope
better,
everything's
Anonymous.
okay.
First and foremost, yeah, anonymous, please feel better. I don't know if you're still working in retail, but I know that your job that you were working in, very high stress. You're making contact with obviously a lot of people. So you're someone that I always do worry about. I worry about a lot of you guys, even off camera. I promise you that. Anonymous, again, you have been nothing short of an absolute blessing to my channel. So thank you. Every time you come around, it really does make my night. So thank you, Anonymous. And I hope you are feeling okay, and I hope you feel better.
Yeah.
She did confirm, yes, still retail.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, then, yeah. I mean, I know those jobs drain the life out of you. So
Yeah, they ain't fun. So try to stay as healthy as you can.
please, yeah.
Vitamins, drink tea, do all that stuff.
What did she say?
Water,
She
water,
donated
water.
$20 and said,
Thank you so much.
"Hi, Dylan,
Thank you.
Nikki T, Calibro, and Pete. It's been a while.
What's up?
I really like the Luke centered episode because it shows his vulnerable side. This
Mhm.
podcast
Agree.
brings a smile because I'm not feeling that well. Long live Yukio."
Long live Yu-Gi-Oh!
Long live
Anonymous,
Yu-Gi-Oh!
every time you come to my channel, whether you watch a video or a stream, just know that you have done so much for me, and that will always be a true fact. I promise you that. Thank you for everything. Thank you for another very, very
No
generous donation, Anonymous. I appreciate it so much. And yeah, I'm glad, just like the user before, that we can bring Otis, that we can bring a smile to your face, that this is a stress reliever for you guys. It's a stress reliever for me, and I'm sure for these guys, just as much as it is for all of you. And we love to bring you that enjoyment and happiness and stress-free Wednesday night lifestyle, or if you're watching the VOD Thursday, Friday, whenever you choose to watch it. So Anonymous, thank you for being such an amazing part of my channel and my community. I hope you start feeling better. I hope you have a great night. Thank you, Anonymous.
Jack Knight 21 donated $5.
Thank you,
and said,
Jack.
"I wonder if Roman will have new cards instead of using the same cards like she did in the last 2 duels."
Yeah, Roman does have a new ace. That's the other thing that actually
Yeah.
none of us talked about. Roman has a new ace that she has yet to use. So she's absolutely winning this duel.
Oh,
Yeah,
This
it's
is a no-brainer.
no question.
100% confidence.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
am
I'm feeling
98.
good. Yeah, I'm feeling good.
Never say
I
100.
wanted Dylan to say 100.
This man really wanted 100 against Yugioh, but like, listen,
I never said that.
I
I don't know.
rewind.
the VOD.
Play the tape. listen, Roman is going to win. She's going to use a new ace. Hopefully we see a few more new monsters as well, Jack. But I'm excited for Roman's deck to continue to grow. One of my favorite decks so far in Sevens.
Still.
Yeah.
Shadow Rumsey said the core 3 of Sevens is Mimi, Advisor M, and Yoshio's mom.
All great characters.
It's true. All in their own right. Great character.
That was good.
That was good. Oof also said we didn't talk about the range trio of Yusaku, I, and Kusanagi.
No, but
I think so,
I was a
but-
villain.
Yeah, but for most of the show, I mean, he was in pain, and we saw how he ended, and he loved
But
Yusaku
if some
and
people
all that.
were putting Kaiba in the Duel Monsters trio, then wouldn't you have to put Revolver in the Vrains trio?
If you gave me Soulburner, Revolver, and Yusaku,
Some
I
people
could
would
see that.
Some people would say that's the trio.
I could see that.
I think there's just too much
Yeah,
subjectiveness.
we got to get the
in
rules down.
creating the trio. Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. Dill, you ready? We continue on.
Of course. You guys are really going nuts tonight.
They
Jeez,
really
thank
are.
you.
Bonkers.
This is another name that, forgive me, that I don't recognize. This is what, Tony Langella?
Langella.
Donated $5 and said, Dylan, will you make a list that ranks the best friend characters from Joey, Cyrus, Crow, etc.? P.S. Keep up the good work, man.
Wow.
Tony, you know what? Thank you for the $5 donation. I like that idea. I am going to add that to my Google Docs, and I'm going to try to whip up that video. That's a video that has been requested a lot over the years that I've just been too lazy to do.
And you've been kicking up the videos lately.
I've been
so.
kicking up the
Sounds
videos
good.
lately, yeah, because, I'm obviously taking a bit of a break from streaming a lot and not really streaming on Twitch probably the rest of the month. Just need a better life balance in general, and I've been ignoring my video content for, I think, a little too long. So, I'll be doing videos again more consistently. But Tony,
Let's go.
thank you for the donation. Thank you for being here. And if it's your first time donating, thank you. I think this stream has shattered the record for most first-time
Yeah, and
donators.
forgive me if I
Forgive me if
but I
you have
really didn't
before,
recognize that.
But
no.
yeah, so thank you guys. The outpouring for the first
Yeah, they're going crazy
first
tonight.
talking Yu-Gi-Oh of Goha 6th Elementary arc. Yeah, thank
That's
you
because
guys
Cal
so
came
much.
back. That's why.
That is what it is.
Because Cal came
Cal
back.
came back.
The
Facial
return-
hair. Like
Return of the
the
King.
Eighth. What is it?
Hateful Eight.
Hateful Eight.
The return of the
I'm
king.
number 9. I got kicked out.
Right, that's fair.
That's all right. It's fine.
Davis Enos donated $5.
Thank you, Davis.
He said, everyone check out Nick T, a.k.a. Nameling's single Magic 8 Ball on all platforms. Gingerbread House hype. Much love, fam.
Davis, we
Much
love you,
love,
man.
Davis.
Hopefully we'll see you at that Gingerbread House stream on Friday.
Hell yeah,
and,
thank you.
Sure.
Yeah, everything Nick T related is in the description. He's got a new song out. Definitely
Yeah.
go down there. Yeah, you can plug it real quick. You'll
All
plug it at the
things
end
Nick
too.
T.
Yeah, I plug
Yeah,
it at the end. Yeah. Should I just plug it at the end?
Well,
Should I-
we'll wait till
We're almost at the end.
We're almost at the
Yeah.
end.
I'll plug it at the end. I'll plug it at the end. I'll plug it at the end.
But Nick T's got a song out. We'll plug it at the end.
Yeah. A song exists.
It's magical.
Yeah. Thank you, Davis. I love you.
15.
Oh, also, yeah.
You want to go?
No,
No,
just
no,
because
no.
Dylan. When I'll address it really quickly because I said I was going to bring it up on stream. That when I walked downstairs today, well, first I was greeted at the door with Dylan wearing a Mom Fight T-shirt, which I love.
Gotta
that
love it.
support. And then I come down the stairs and Caliber's playing Magic 8 Ball. So it's like I can't escape. I can't escape the support.
Can't escape yourself.
For the record, I was also listening to another song on your album, driving here.
Yes, because Pete's got the leak.
Yeah. So I got the leak.
And it's always this Pete. Yeah. I have a few people that say that's their favorite.
So good, dude. It's such a bop, man.
And it'll be out January 15th,
Can't wait.
2021.
Can't wait.
Yeah,
Happy
best.
birthday.
Yeah.
15 donated $5.
Thank you,
Said,
15.
Yu-Gi-Oh! Sevens is the first Yu-Gi-Oh! Show I've watched subbed. I was worried how the show would turn out, but I'm really enjoying Sevens, to be honest.
I've got to tell you, 15. Thank you for another donation, man. And don't get me wrong, I absolutely love everyone that's been here for 3 or 4 years. People that we know, people that we've met. I absolutely love people that are watching Yu-Gi-Oh! Subbed for like the first time, or watching a Yu-Gi-Oh! As it airs for the first time. There's nothing more that I enjoy doing that because it's such a unique perspective, and it reminds me because when Vrains ends or when Arc 5 ends, people leave the community.
Of course.
There's people that now I have not talked to in years that I would talk to consistently when Arc 5 was running. Same with Vrains. But I always remind myself when I get sad that, people like leave the community entirely, there's really cool and great people out there that I've yet to meet.
Yeah.
15 being one of them. And actually, we've had an outpouring of new people just coming by tonight, it seems. And so I love comments like that, 15. I'm happy you found this channel. I'm happy this is the first Yu-Gi-Oh! You're watching subbed. and you are now watching live streams focusing on 2-hour analysis of that show.
How about that?
You're in deep, man. Everyone here is in deep, but I love all of you. And obviously, I've been in deep for years now, so I'm just happy to share this with all of you guys. 15, thank you so much, man. And I hope you're enjoying it. I was worried about Sevens. You can watch my reaction, the Jump Festa highlights that this man put together. I was stunned. But you know what? It's been very, very enjoyable for me. Pleasantly surprised. Pleasantly surprised.
Still true. The Shadow Realm likes to remind you that 75K. Remember that promise you made at 75K?
Bandit Keith. Luckily, it's going to be months before I'm there. So
I don't know, dude.
Never know. I just can't wait until you have to do it.
I can't wait.
I have a.
You better start
I
preparing.
have some time on my hands. I can make 2,000 YouTube accounts.
There we go.
you have to have a valid phone number linked to each one. And
I got a lot of burners.
Google Voice?
I have a lot of burners.
No.
Don't ask me why.
Next don't know.
Alexa Kevin donated $5 Australian and said, I consider the core 4 of every Yu-Gi-Oh show to be the pro tag, the main rival, the main female, and the best friend / third wheel character.
Oh,
Any
okay.
thoughts?
I think that makes sense.
Yeah, that's fair. That's a little bit of a
Like a
standard.
like a template. We
template.
got.
That's the better word.
Yeah.
It's not a one size fits all, but it works.
Yeah, it works, Kevin. It works, definitely. And thank you for another donation, man.
Dylan changed his name and calls himself now Dylan Devil Survivor, the Exiled One Master of Triple D's. Donated $2.
It's a very long name. I love it.
And said, I can hear you breathing. I can hear you coming.
That's the beginning of the 5D's dub song. Not the beginning, but the chorus.
Yep.
I can hear you breathing. Have you listened to that 5D's dub song? Hyperdrive. You've listened to it.
Now,
Well, I must
all
have.
I'm
I must have
picturing
listened
that,
to it.
for whatever reason, all I'm picturing is it's late at night. Maybe we're about to go to bed, and I could see you singing that song right in Nick T's ear, but in like a very menacing way.
Yeah.
I can see it.
Oh, yeah.
I'll do it on Friday.
I'm looking forward to it.
I hope you are.
Okay.
That wraps it up.
That does not, because you need to go over to your link there, and you should have 1,
Jeez, guys.
2, 3, 4 donations. Also, shout out, I'll say here, Pink, thank you for the 100 bits over there on Twitch. Appreciate it. I did not forget you.
You guys were crazy to me tonight. Thank you all so much. I mean, seriously, this has been insane.
If you don't see one, tell me, and I'll let you know.
We got Church of Flapple, $1
There
donation.
should be 2 of his.
I have unfortunately sinned. Flapple may be 7 letters, but Church is 6. Therefore, I was a false prophet
Wow.
that has been making people repent under the name of Appleton / Goha. In order to repent, I shall now be known as the Chapel of Flapple. Sub
like
or
that.
repent.
I like Chapel of Flapple.
Chapel of Flapple. That's amazing. Another one from Chapel of Flapple. Do you guys like the normal version or Rook's version of the ending? I unironically like Rook's version a lot more. Also, I was considering Luke was referring to his tears as a strange substance because he's dumb, which was confirmed. Go around the table real quick. I like the Rook's version more because of Roman being in it.
Me too.
Feels more whole.
I like it, but I don't like it more. I like Yusuke's voice better.
Well, Yusuke doesn't sing the.
Oh, it's the rest of the cast. You're right.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Well, Yusuke's version is superior.
Yeah,
Most of you guys probably don't even
for
know
those of you
Yusuke.
who have heard that version, the Yusuke version is insane.
Yeah, the guy who did Zexel Seven's opening 1 wrote that song, and there's a version on one of the soundtracks where he sings it, and he sings it beautifully.
I think I'm in the middle where I prefer the voices or voice of the previous ending, but I like that Roman and the visuals in this one.
Yeah, I agree with. I actually really also like Rook's voice. I think it's funny.
It is.
And unironically, I like it. Like it's kind of that aggressive thing.
I just like that it was from his perspective. I thought that was really funny way to do it.
And Church, another donation.
Chapel.
Thank you. Chapel, sorry. It's going to take a while. In before, this is how duelists draw / attract strong cards to them. They go crazy and hallucinate and obtain cards that way. Sarcastic / Yeah, I mean, I don't know how they got Mirror Gears, Chapel, but
They'll be
to be
explained at
determined.
some point.
yeah, they'll explain it. Mega Karibo, thank you for the 666 donation. I appreciate that, Mega. Mega Karibo always repping Goha. I don't appreciate that, but what are you going to do? Hey, y'all. Glad to see the boys back together. The boys are back in town.
Nice.
That was good, dude.
Good
Very
Full
excited for a
House
tournament
episode.
arc. In my opinion, every single tournament in Yu-Gi-Oh! Has been amazing. Love Asana's design. Hope she is, in fact, the main villain of the arc. So do we, man. So do we. Thank you, Mega, for that donation. I really appreciate it.
You should also have one more over there.
There's so many, guys. Thank you. Jesus Christ.
You should have Pegasus.
Pegasus Seiya, Ray, thank you for the $5 donation. Never a message from Ray, but Ray, just know that I love you, man. You have also done so much for me.
Yeah.
I'm so appreciative of you. Have a great rest of your night, dude. Thank you.
Yoo-hoo. All right, and we'll jump back over here. Xlayer64 donated $2.
Thank you, Xlayer.
Best ace monster in sevens right now. Didn't say that as a question, but I'm assuming he meant to pose that as a question.
Unless he's talking about Mirror Gears.
Yuga Dragon.
Or could be saying Mirror Gears is now the best.
Neil's ace is Yuga Dragon still, even though he can't maximum.
I'd probably say Neil's is, yeah.
Yeah,
that thing's awesome.
After Neil's, it's probably Roa's for me. Heavy metal.
Oh, yeah, that's my favorite.
I honestly think I agree with you, and then I'd probably put Dragears somewhere in there.
Yeah. Oh, Dragears, okay.
I think I'd put Prima.
I think I like, what's the first part of that name of Mirror Gears?
Something.
Yeah.
Mirror Gears.
Mirror Gears. What did you say? Mirror Gears. Mirror Gears.
Basically, it almost seems like it says fantastic, but also phantasm. It's something.
Yeah, that's exactly. Yeah, here we go. I'll tell you right now, bro. I'll tell you right now. Because we have the card time. The plate.
Fanta Strike.
Yeah, Fanta Strike.
There you go.
Fanta Strike.
Nailed it.
It's so
Xlayer,
dope.
Thank you for the donation.
Cal, did you choose a favorite ace monster right now?
I mean, I still think that Neil's like maximum summon is obviously I think is like the coolest thing that we've seen. But outside of that, I actually really like the Mirror Gears design. So that would probably be it's either that or Roa's would be the two that I like the most. Outside of the maximum summon.
Fair. Pink also wanted to add that along with her 100 bits, she had the message of saying also wanted to know how Rook got Mirror Gears. It seemed to be out of nowhere. Yeah, I mean, right now it's kind of up in the air, right? Of like, did it come from some other dimension? Did he have it the whole time? It seems like Dragears became Mirror Gears. Like, I don't know. I think we need more info to be determined.
And Pink, thank you for the bits. Yeah. We definitely need more info because I don't understand what happened. That whole sequence was weird. I'm taking it as a literal. Something happened literally where he was teleported to this new world.
How else would he get the card? I mean, it has to be literal.
Yeah, it's a physical card, so I don't know what happened.
He just has a card printer in his glove.
Yeah, 3D printer, man.
It's weird, Pink, and there's some sort of symbolism there. It's weird.
And right now, the final donation is Jack Knight 21 for $5.
Thank you,
said,
Jack.
"Hey Dylan, have you tried out the Noble Knight deck in Duel Links? It'd be like a big brain, ha ha ha."
No, Jack, I have not, because I don't have big brain when it comes to Yu-Gi-Oh. I have about
when it comes to anything
9,000 gems right now, so I've been building up my gems. I still want to work on my Gravekeeper's deck, so we will be doing a pack opening in Duel Links very soon. I don't know the next time I'm going to stream Duel Links. It might not be until January, to be honest. This stream and the Gingerbread and Jump Festa streams might be the only streams that I do, unless I might be getting Genesis Impact, and if I get a box of Genesis Impact, I'll obviously do a box opening, but other than that, again, it's going to be a pretty light month for streams, and I hope you guys understand that. But the Talking Yu-Gi-Ohs every Wednesday will be
enjoy the holidays. That's what we're about.
Yeah, and I hope you guys enjoy the holidays as well. But Jack, thank you so much, my man. This was an amazing stream. I think this was the most new donators I've ever had on a stream.
Seriously.
So to everyone who
was
donated,
a ton of donations.
There was a ton of donations in general to everyone who
Chat
donated. Thank you so much. You guys are amazing. You breathe life into the channel. I have a good camera. I have a light. I have great friends, and minus the friends, that is all because of you guys. So thank you so much. Soundboard, these mics. It's all because of you guys. You guys allow me to keep upgrading the studio. Thank you. I'm trying to get a giant card for some nice aesthetic in the background.
Instead of using your money on other things.
Well, like what?
You talking about
like
chairs?
Food?
No, other Yu-Gi-Oh related products.
So, you guys are amazing. Thank you to everyone who donated. Gingerbread House stream this Friday night, 7:30 p.m. And then next Friday night, we will be live for all the Jump Festa coverage, starting probably around 10 p.m. Eastern time. Remember, midnight on the East Coast is when the Konami event kicks off. Hope to see you guys there. Those are a couple fun streams.
Davis said something important in the chat.
Yep.
He said Cal donated $40 one time. Ha ha ha.
We don't count that.
I don't count
I
that.
just love watching your face instantly.
I don't count that because he owed me $40. For those of you who don't know, that he owed me $40. He donated it. YouTube took 30%, and so I paid $40, and I only got like 24 of it.
Last donation here, $10.
No, you don't have to do it. Don't do
this.
this.
Is for pizza.
It was $5.
It's fine. Take it.
You don't have to do this.
Okay, on stream.
Do you have cash?
You have to do it right
change.
now.
Do you have $5?
Yeah, you have to do it right now.
Yeah.
This means a lot to me, man.
Yeah, $10 donation.
Thank you.
You want to hear my message?
What's your message?
Oh, I see why he did that.
PG.
I can see why he did this.
Everybody check out Nick T's single.
Magic
Yeah.
8 Ball.
Magic 8 Ball.
Stop.
Thank you.
Stream
Thank
it.
you.
Play it. Listen to it. Love it.
Hold on. So, yeah, I'm going to let these guys promote everything that you need to know to find them. Please find them. They are very talented people. They have a lot of projects going on outside of this, and they give me 2 hours of their time every single week to do this, to help me with this. I would not be able to do this without all of them. Please follow them. Links down below as we kind of depart here. Thank you, guys. And Mr. Goha, Jump Festa tomorrow. Hype. Jump Festa is actually on Friday. Next Friday. Next Friday. Jump Festa is in about 8 days. Gingerbread House is Friday night, though, next week. But love you guys and follow these boys. I will be back before we sign off, but I'm going to go to the bathroom.
All right. Who wants to start?
Nick T.
All right. We're going to start with the long one, baby. So I guess we'll start actually because Dylan's wearing the shirt. We'll start with, sorry, I apologize. I'm all over the place. We'll start with my personal socials. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Nick Timoneri. It's my name. It should be in there. I play in a hardcore band called Mom Fight. Dylan's wearing the shirt. We're writing a full-length record, hopefully out spring or summer of 2021. At Mom Fight NJ, I think on Twitter and Instagram. It's momfight.bandcamp.com to download our music, and it can be streamed anywhere. I also stream on Twitch. Nick Fights Moms. I'm in the middle of Fire Emblem. I'm very bad at it, even though I beat it at 9 years old. So that's been fun. But it's a good time. I drink beer. I chat with you guys. We have fun. Sunday and Monday nights. And then finally, I kind of wanted to say this for last because it's sort of the biggest right now. I play as a solo artist called Nameling. I put out a single on Friday called Magic 8 Ball. It has been doing exceedingly well. The outpouring of support from like so many people has been just like overwhelming. I've been on my phone constantly since Friday, and I've been loving it. A few people here have spent way too much money buying the song on Bandcamp, but if Nadine's here, she's one of them. There's a few people, but it's got like 600 streams on Spotify alone right now, which is it's nuts. It's just been crazy. It's been crazy. But on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, Nameling NJ. That's NAMELING NJ for New Jersey. Same thing for Bandcamp, namelingnj.bandcamp.com, and it's literally everywhere else. Literally everywhere else. It's even on TikTok.
It's great.
Thank you. Yeah, it's on TikTok now. Yeah, and the next single, which I've yet to announce, is coming out New Year's Eve. A couple weeks, so be on the lookout for that.
When is that coming out?
It's the song's New Year's Eve. It comes out on New Year's Eve.
Okay,
love it. Love the synergy.
Yeah.
I also, Nick T, I want you to use the slogan. Pink said, "Nick T drinks beer. We all cheer."
Wow.
Because thinking about bits, you cheer bits.
You do cheer bits. I like that. I might use that actually. I'm gonna take a screenshot of that.
Beers for cheers.
Beers for cheers.
Love it.
I like that. I'll do my little self-promo spiel here. You can follow me on Twitch. My Twitch name is Cal Breezy. It's in the description. That's CALBREEZZY. I'm also on Twitter, same name. Also, I have a personal Twitter that's just disconnected from the account, and I believe that's just Nick Caliber 22. And I also want to promote Nick T's single. That's all I got. That's
So run channel Coolest Gamers. Right now, it's active doing a NFL football podcast. My friend Brian over there. We usually do that weekly or bi-weekly. A couple days ago, that posted as well. So if you want to check that out and you're interested, please do. And follow me on Twitter at PeteVaccaro21.
For all your Rams news.
Hell yeah.
Sports and nerd stuff and everything otherwise.
It's all such good content.
A lot of great stuff happening from these wonderful men. Thank you three for being here, being part of the team.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, always.
Of course, always.
Glad to be back.
Thank you all for being here. I knew this would be a long one because we had 3 summaries to go over. We had a very interesting debut arc episode.
Cal out of the grave.
Cal is back, giving his thoughts.
I'm back.
So it was a hype stream. You guys were amazing tonight, and I am very thankful and grateful for that. Thank you all so much for your support. I will see some of you Friday for the Gingerbread House competition.
Heck yeah.
And if I do not hear from you, have a great weekend. Take care, everyone. Thank you all so much for watching. Talking Yu-Gi-Oh! 7's Up, episode 27, Tears for Dragears. Thank you all so much for watching, and I hope you have an amazing day. Take care, guys.